Welcome to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. Are you a goofball that loves Giants football? If so, sit back and relax as we talk about the team that both excites and frustrates us so much. And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to a play-by-play edition here of Two Giant Goofballs. I am Drew. Going to be here with you guys all game long, talking about everything going on here with the Saints versus the Giants. Of course, we're expecting this to be yet another Giants loss there, but this is a Giants loss in a different way here potentially happening today, assuming that is what happens. The Saints are probably one of the last teams that you could sit there in this schedule and say, hey, there's a chance. But, injuries are definitely the story of today. You look at what's going on. Dexter Lawrence and Theo Johnson both out now for the year. That's a pretty big blow on both sides. Theo Johnson, while he hasn't necessarily been great all year long, he's been, I think, better as of late. Definitely been the top receiving option there at the tight end position all season long. Obviously, Dexter Lawrence, the best nose tackle in all of goddamn football. And you look at who's inactive today. You got Deonte Banks is out at the CB1 position there. You got Drew Phillips also out. You got Bobby Okereke out. You got Chris Hubbard is inactive. Jermaine Eluemunor is out. Raheem Nunez-Roches out. So a lot of guys out there. And we talked about coming into the game, there's a lot of injuries potentially on the Saints side, especially on their offensive line. But for the most part, everybody that matters is in. So return just happened. There's kickoff there as the Saints are about to start here on offense. So let's get right into the game here. And like I said, this is going to be an interesting game here overall because, like I said, it is one of the last chances the Giants have to potentially win a game this season, but I don't think it's a very good chance. The good news is Jordan Riley, who is actually listed as being doubtful for the game, is in. So we got 1st and 10 here, I formation. And it's going to be a run there to Kamara. And stopped. Elijah Chapman stops him real close to the line. And now Chapman has a shot here, guys, to make a really big play for himself here for his career, to be honest, because of the fact that, there's so many injuries on this defensive line. Nunez-Roches is out. Again, Jordan Phillips is playing, but he's, injured, was doubtful for the game going into it, so maybe on a snap count. Then you get into the fact that obviously you got, injury with Dexter Lawrence there out for the year now. So second down here. Got a nice quick pass there out. That is Marquez Valdes-Scantling, of course, the ex-Jet, the ex-Chief there getting the ball. And they're talking about the lack of injuries now on the Saints. Everybody's coming back there. Like I said, going to be an interesting game here overall to see what happens because, like I said, this might be the final nail for a 2-win season potentially here if we can't pull out a win here. We got 3rd and 5 here, guys. 3rd and 5 shotgun position here. And here we go in the pocket. Got to catch the ball. I'm going to be short of the of that first down position there. So that's Dante Pettis, obviously former Giant, who's the one who made that catch. But again, short of that first down. So it's going to be a 3 and out here for the Saints here to start this game. And actually very good coverage on that, it looks like, too, as well, by the Giants there, especially for Trey Hawkins III, who was the guy who was covering Pettis there. Again, not the greatest receiver, so I don't know if it's the greatest judge for him there, but another guy who has a chance here with Drew Phillips out and with, Deonte Banks out to make a little bit of an impact here. Punt return there, going to be, we got into the Saints territory to start the game. We're going to be about the 48-yard line here on our first drive. So, like I said, a good chance for the Giants to actually make a statement here with this first, series on offense there. Drew Lock's running out of the field right now. Again, Drew Lock is starting 2nd game in a row here for Tommy DeVito, who's still injured. And if the Giants are going to get a 3rd win today, guys, Drew Lock's definitely going to perform better than last week. 21 of 32, 178 yards. Not a very good outcome for him, especially because most of those yards came in garbage time once the game was already done, spoken for, and over. So 1st and 10 under center, single back formation, Nabers in motion. And going back to pass right off the bat. Oh, and bounced right off the chest to Tyrone Tracy Jr., almost like he wasn't expecting the ball. So we got a 2nd down and 10 here to start, obviously. So Josh Azuto, by the way, guys, is in a left tackle in this game, just to give you guys the update as far as that. Obviously, the tackle position was one that we weren't sure what was going to happen here. Evan Neal is in a right tackle. Got 2nd down pass and throwing it up there to Slayton. Lobbed it, but I think he's out of bounds. Yeah, out of bounds. Didn't put enough oomph on that thing. That thing floated around, guys. That was like a kite in the air. Damn. And Slayton had the room. He had the 1 foot down. Couldn't get that 2nd foot down, but that thing floated for way too long. But hey, you got to take a shot every so often. So I'm not going to hate on the play, though. 3rd and 10. Shotgun formation again, single back. Looks like Tyrone Tracy off to the left-hand side. And here we go in the pocket. Got a flag down. It's going to be a catch. It's going to be Wan'Dale Robinson just short 9 yards, so 1 yard short at that 1st down, but there's a flag. So let's see what happens with that flag. Locke is already motioning that it's going to be against the Saints, but obviously they do that every play, so we'll see what happens. Interesting to let the play happen, though. And it was pretty much almost immediately, so it makes me think it might be like a offsides in the defense. I didn't see it on the play, though. Oh, illegal formation on the offense. Ooh. So 5 yard penalty, 3rd down again. That's on Josh Azudu. The left tackle was in with all the injuries there. Left tackle to Andrew Thomas and Jermaine Eluemunor. Obviously, Chris Hubbard also inactive today. So here we go. 3rd and 15, guys. Obviously, we don't have the best offense to begin with, so 3rd and 15, definitely not the greatest, outcome here for us there. Shotgun formation, obviously, in the 3rd and 15 there. 3 receiver set. Locke's moving a little bit around in the pocket there, buying time, doing good motion-wise. He's going to end up running for it here. He might get that 1st down. It's going to be really close. It depends. They're giving it to him. They're giving him that 1st down. Drew Lock on a run, getting out of the pocket, moving very well. Good play by Drew Lock. It's not often I could say a good play by a Giant, but that's a good play by Drew Lock there. Like I said, he got people all around him there, just felt the pressure, had one big gaping hole there on the left-hand side, and just ran for it. And to the credit of the receivers, they sold that they were still running their route at that point, too, helping the corner stay back just in case. 1st and 10, kind of the first run of the game there to Tyrone Tracy. Looks like it's about a 2-3 yard run off the left-hand side there. When's the last time, guys, we've done a conversion on a 3rd and 15, though? That's a rarity. That's an extreme rarity, it feels like, for the Giants here. So let's see. 2nd and 8. So, yeah, they did give 2 yards. And snap of the ball, shotgun formation, empty backfield. Ooh, right off the hands of Wan'Dale Robinson. Mr. Drops himself. At this point, his nickname needs to be Sir Drops a lot. Now, I'm a big fan of Wan'Dale overall, but there's just something with the drops here today. And you can't be a top receiver on a team, let alone the league, with all the drops this man has this year. So, either way, it would have been like a yard or two. It's not the biggest deal. It's just like I said, a point of contention for the season overall. So 3rd and 8, shotgun formation again. Tyrone Tracy off to the left-hand side. That seems to be a theme so far. I wonder if they're trying to give a little help there to Josh Azudu. 3rd and 8, and definitely the pressure is coming. He's got it going though. Drew Lock and threw it, but bounced off one of the defenders' hands at the line. So it's going to be a 4th and 8. And let's see looks like it's going to be breezy. It's right off his helmet. Bounced him, threw it at his head. That's a guy to watch out for, though. They don't have a lot of great pass rushers on the Saints team, but he's been one of the guys that's been pretty good. Offense is staying out in the field, guys, on 4th and 8. Wow. That is a ballsy move there. You could have go ahead and just backed him up big time. This is a part of the issues with the defense. The defense gets put in bad positions. So 4th and 8. He's got the time, that's for sure. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be a holding call. He does finally throw it off on the right-hand side, but there's definitely a flag for a hold coming. Drew Lock again calling for it being against the Saints, but we all know it's going to be a hold. When the quarterback holds onto the ball for that long, and the line is thrown. The flag is thrown near the line. It's going to be on the offensive line. We're going to see here. I know the Saints are calling for it there. They haven't announced it yet what the flag's going to be, but another flag just got thrown by the ref as well. But yeah, again, and they're saying that on the TV as well. What I was saying a minute ago, it's stupid. You're giving this team a chance to get a really good field position. 2 fouls, holding number 42, and intentional grounding they're giving as well. Not sure who they calling it on. They said 42. There is no 42. So it's officially a loss of down because of the intentional grounding. But yeah, short of the line of scrimmage is the pass. That's why the intentional grounding call at that point there. But yeah, so Carr and the Saints getting the ball on a really good position here. So not a good thing for the Giants to be put in that kind of position. So typical what I kind of expect on this team here. Defense did their job. I know a lot of people are down on Shane Bowen in the defense. I'm not down on the defense. I look at the fact that we're handicapped by this horrible offense all season long, but they get a 3-and-out on the Saints. The Giants convert a 3rd and 15, which is impressive considering how bad this offense again has been all year long. But then we back that out with going forward on 4th and 8 instead of pinning the defense back, pinning the offense for the Saints back, hoping to get a nice 3-and-out and give the offense again a chance with a good field position. To me, I don't get that. Again, this is some of the issues I have with Brian Daboll and his play calling. It's part of why I've been calling for his job because it's utterly ridiculous. Your first time getting the ball, it's 4th and 8. You got decent position and you have a punter that's played pretty well the last 2 seasons now. Why not give a chance to pin them within the 5-yard line? Give the defense an opportunity to do something big. Get the chance to get the ball back with a fresh set of downs. I get there's a lot of injuries on defense, guys. There's a lot of injuries. Again, we talked about Dexter Lawrence, Raheem Nunez-Roches, Deontay Banks, Drew Phillips. There's a ton of guys out. Bobby Okereke, we forgot him. Obviously, he's a big part of this defense as well. And, you have a little less confidence in the defense because of that. And when I say a little, let's be honest, it's a lot less defensive confidence here. But you still have to give them a chance. Because in the end, the defense has been doing the job much more than the offense has this season, guys. Much more. And again, we're 18th ranked to points given up, I think, per week in the NFL. So obviously 32, you're just below average. Again, considering how bad this offense has been, literally the worst at putting points on the ground here, in the game here all year long. That's hurting this defense, guys. It's hurting them. So, like I said, to me, you got to fix this offense. You got to. Now, real quick, while we're on commercial break, too, I got to let you guys know. There's a video going around I want to address real quick if we get the chance here before the game starts back up. So there's a video of Deion Sanders. The game's about to start, so I might not get the whole thing. Deion Sanders at a dinner with Antonio Pierce telling him basically to draft the Sanders sons. Guys, that video, if you look, Deion Sanders had no beard. It was before the season. So don't fall for that when that's running around. That's before the season. Let's be honest. People didn't expect the Giants to be good this year. I don't think anybody expected me this bad. If anything, that was kind of a disrespect to the Raiders, thinking that they'd be this bad this season and be in a position to draft his son. So first and down here, guys, right at the 49-yard line. Again, the Saints are starting in Giants territory. It's going to be a screenplay there out to Kamara and let's see here, Darius Musa, which is nice too. Again, Darius Musa, we get a chance to see him because he hasn't been playing much here lately. Obviously with the fact that he's more of a backup guy, but he's going to get a chance alongside McFadden to play that linebacker position with Okereke out. So you got Elijah Chapman, Darius Musa, both in there, both guys that we haven't seen a ton of yet. And now we get a good chance to see them. So 2nd and 3, guys. That was a 70-yard catch there. Got a run now by Kamara. Again, stopped behind the line now. Ooh. That is a nice play, guys. That's Elijah Garcia, by the way. Newly signed Elijah Garcia there, who made that stop along with Kayvon Thibodeau. And then towards the very end, Trey Hawkins, the third, got into that as well. So nice. That's something you don't see very often for the Giants this year. And that's one of the things I'm concerned with going into this game is Alvin Kamara is, he's not a great runner. He's a great offensive player, but not say a great runner, but against a really bad defense, you throw that in there. For a real bad run defense, I should say. You throw it in there and he can do something. Here he goes. I spoke too soon. 3rd and 5 and got, about 8-9 yards on that play there. And if you look at the replay there, he just waited for the hole to open up and just burst on through. There he goes, wait and burst right there. He's got that amazing hesitation at that point there, which is one of the things that a lot of running backs don't necessarily ever learn. Patience is one of the biggest things for a running back. If you can't stop and you can't wait for the play to happen, you're going to be in trouble, point blank. So, all right, 1st and 10. Going to their handoff to Kamara, but this one's going to be snacked up here by the Giants. They're going to be a 2-yard loss. So besides that one play, guys, the run defense has been doing pretty good here in this so far. So give them credit there. Give them credit. So all right, as they're going over all the injuries on defense again, guys, this whole defense is basically injured at this point. There, it's bad. It's bad. Speaking of bad, you see the prices for this game, guys. You could have gone to the game for $12. 12 and 10 here. I was 2nd and 12. Oof. And that's a route there, thrown out to the running back. Again, sniffed out by the defense. And this is what I was saying about giving this defense a chance, guys. Giving this defense a chance to do something. That was Kendre Miller, the backup running back, kid from TCU, 3rd-round pick a couple years ago. So, this defense now 3rd and 15 after giving up just 1 first down. They're doing their job so far in this game here. But they were put in a really bad position by this offense and by Brian Daboll's play calling, going for a 4th and 8. So we got 3rd and 15, about the 41-yard line here. Shotgun position, obviously, for Carr. Got one running back off to the right. And he's just sitting back there, and he's going to toss it out there. Quick route there, well short of the first down to Jamal Williams. So it's going to be 4th down. So about the 35. It's going to be. We'll see if they do go for that field goal there. It'd be a long field goal if they go for it, and they are going for it. And again, guys, if they get this is on Daboll. This is 3 points that Daboll would have given up, basically. Wind's not too good. By the way, you see the empty seats if you're watching the TV telecast this? Woo. 53-yard field goal attempt. And here we go. He's got it, I think. Nope. Wide left. He lucked out. Daboll lucked out. That's, like I said, that's a little crazy there. But yeah, guys, we just dodged a little bit of a bullet there if you want to win. I know there's a lot of people who want to tank. Let's be honest. The Giants feel like they're tanking at this point. Look how many people are out in this game. You got to wonder, like some of the guys that are in there, that are not in there, I should say, would they be in there if this season mattered? Would they be in there if we were still into this season in any way, shape, or form? If we were like, let's say 500, would they still be in this game? I don't know. No one knows that except the players, the Giants, the training staff, those kind of guys there. But it definitely is something you got to question. Because let's be honest, if you're the Giants right now, you got 2 wins on the season. There's no shot in hell of getting the playoffs. You're already eliminated from the playoffs. Would you really be interested in risking some of these guys that have a minor injury? Or would you go, what, screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and wait it out, let them play next year, let them get healthy. Like I said, I don't think they'll ever admit that, but I got to wonder if that's what's happening because there's just so many people out in this game right now. After this team has done, I think, better at least this year with the injuries overall. They've had them, don't get me wrong. There's been injury to Tracy, they've been injury to Nabers, injury to Thibodeau, but it hasn't been, a game like this, which is what it used to be for the last couple of seasons, almost every single game where it felt like every single player was out. So, the nice thing is, at least the wait until it was over and we got a chance to see this team how it could have been before all the injuries happened. And obviously what we saw was not a good product. Solidifies the fact that we need to go ahead and make a lot of sweeping changes this offseason. So we'll see. Well, like I said, we'll see what they do this offseason. But I know we've been calling on the show for new coach, new GM. But the biggest thing there needs to be is there needs to be a football czar on this team, guys. There needs to be somebody to come in and just clean house to anybody who's not doing what they got to do. because I still think there's a lot of people beyond the GM, beyond the coach, that have been on this team's front office squad here for quite a while that Mara just won't get rid of. He has a huge amount of loyalty, which is a nice thing in a person, but you got to separate the personal from the business, and he has not been able to do that whatsoever. So it's time for somebody else to go in there with clean vision and go ahead and make these sweeping changes. And we were talking Bill Parcells. Bill Belichick is one of those guys to do that. I've heard rumors Pete Carroll wants to get back into football again. He obviously was kind of coughlin himself last year with the Seahawks because there was news he wanted the Chargers job last year. But that's a guy who can do it as well. So 1st and 10 here, and handoff. Tyrone Tracy slipped up just a little bit there, but got to get about 5 yards, it looks like. Yep, they confirmed 5 on the TV there. So 2nd and 5 here going into this. Tyrone Tracy, if we're going to have any kind of offensive showing, he's got to be a big part of this offense here today. So 2nd and 5, another run. Going to be about 3 yards here. So it'll be 3rd and 2. And that's at least manageable. Look at the points per game they're showing. We were average 15th in the league in 22, 30th last this year. Oh, yeah, we got a real offensive juggernaut here with Brian Dable being the head coach. It's just craziness here. Malik Nabers will be lining up in the slot in this play, by the way, too, guys. It's a guy we haven't seen him catch yet today. I'm kind of curious what happens as they move Bellinger back inwards. He's back on the outside now, but that's a guy, obviously, who was not too happy with the play calling last week. Curious what they do with him this week. Ooh, rolled out there to the right-hand side, threw it down to Tracy, got hit before the ball even got to him, but it was just him throwing away. So 4th and 2 it's going to be. So did they go for on 4th and 2 at the, right at the midway zone there? They went for it on 4th and 8. I wouldn't agree with doing it myself, but they went for it on 4th and 8. But here we go, and they're showing this, and yeah, I mean, that ball was nowhere near Tyrone Tracy. That's the craziness. At least give him a shot. If you're going to get the hit, they are punting it away, by the way, this time, at least being somewhat smart. So about the 49-yard line is where they're at. But watch how I'm curious to see, because this is like a what could have been. So look at that. Look at that. That goes at the 2 or 3 yard line, guys. Like, think about what could have been if we had punted that ball away the last one instead of going for it on 4th and 8. 4th and 8, we went for it. We could have done this. Put the defense in a good position, get the ball back, not giving up potentially 3 points that luckily their kicker missed the field goal. Like I said, this is just bad coaching decisions, guys. Bad coaching decisions. And this is why I keep saying he's got to go. Brian Dable has to go. I just think he's overrated. I really do. And, I voiced some concerns with this when we first hired him because he had failed as an OC so many places, and people just wanted to ignore that and go, we fixed Josh Allen, as if he was the only one with a hand in Josh Allen's development, as if Josh Allen himself wasn't a big part of it. He failed as an OC in Miami. He failed as an OC in Cleveland. He failed as an OC in Kansas City. Now I will say this, the team at times seems to be really behind him, and they don't seem to stop fighting at times, especially last year. But this year, I'm seeing the team stop fighting. That's when we started calling for it. Once the team has given up on you, it's done. It's time to go. It's time to make changes. So, we'll see what Mara, again, he's a very loyal person to a fault. We'll see what kind of loyalty he has towards Dable at that point there, but it is officially time for him to go. That's for damn sure. So, but yeah, so defense, though, guys, and this is going to start on a good position. It's one thing I'd love to see today. Love to see an interception. We haven't seen an interception since Darius Muasau last did. I think it was week 2 or week 3. It was very early on. Actually, it was week 1. It was week 1. So, it's that's the last and only interception we've had all year. So it'd be nice to see the defense get a chance to go ahead and make a big play like that. Too much talent on this defense, even with all the injuries still, to not have but 1 interception on the entire season. That's a little ridiculous. So All right, so let's see what happens here. Was they're finally done with these commercials. Long commercials in this game so far here. And of course, one more. But, guys, let me know in the comments what do you think. Is it time for Dable to go? I've been calling for Mike Kafka to get a shot. I just feel bad for Kafka, to be honest with you guys. If you think about it, they showed that a good defense we had back. I was a good offense. I mean, like it was average in points. And if you look at what we did in offense, it was Kafka's offense. That was Kafka's offense, not Dable's. So, first and down again at the 2-yard line. Great punt again by Jamie Gillum, the Scottish Hammer there. Carr's going back to pass, throwing it deep. And good coverage by Adoree Jackson. It was a little bit short of a pass there, but Adoree Jackson put a hand up, got a hand on it. So, this is the replay right now. Like I said, really nice play there. It was a nice deep bomb. Which, by the way, scary that the Saints think it's 3rd and 2. You can do a deep play like that. But perfect. If you ever want to show your kids how to play corner, that's how you do it right there. Put your head back to the quarterback so you don't get called for pass interference. Keep a hand on the actual receiver so you can feel where he's going, and put that hand up to knock that ball down. Absolutely perfect. Alvin Kamara, next play here, going to get about 5.5 yards there, it looks like. So 3rd and 5 we got here for the Saints. Let's see what we got here. This could be nice, guys, because we get this stop here. We're going to get the ball back in good positions. So here we go. 3rd and 5. It's going to be shotgun formation. Alvin Kamara's on the right-hand side, it looks like. And here we go. Kayvon made a little bit of a push there, but nope, here we go. Valdez-Scantling makes the catch. Ball does pop out, but it goes out of bounds, and they're calling it down at that point there. So 23 yards on that pass there, guys. Oof. Not good. That is a nice cross route. Part of the problem is, again, you got people on here on the Giants that would not be usually playing here as they're about to do 1st and 10. In coverage, and that was Greg Stroman. Nice lob, wide. Oof. Jawan Johnson, wide open, guys. Wide open. I could have made that pass. I want to see the replay on that one. Who messed up on that one? Oof. And McFadden, Hawkins. I don't know. Without knowing the play, I can't say who was out of position, but somebody was definitely out of position in that. Either that or just a massive gap in the zone defense there. It was definitely a zone system, that's for sure, but that was either a really massive gap they exploited, or that was a blown coverage by someone. So 1st and 10. Johnson going back in motion to the slot. And they are going to toss it again. Carr's on the run. He's going to run for it, though. He's going to get a couple yards. All right, they're giving us a game break, so let's see what's going on here. They're showing Falcons at the Vikings. It's like Tyler Algier getting a touchdown there. So 7-0 Falcons, 1:28 left in that game on the first quarter. We got 3:53 left right now in our, by the way, first quarter. Again, scoreless. Much bigger game, obviously, for the Saints than it is for the Giants. Saints are 4-8. They need losses on the NFC South side between the Bucs and the Falcons to have a chance here, but it's a really weak division there. All right, Kendre Miller got running with like conviction here, guys. It was just about stopped behind the the line of scrimmage there. Patrick Johnson, guy obviously who would not usually be there with all the injuries he is, though, and just let Miller get right out of that tackle at that point. It goes from being a 2-3 yard loss to being a first down. And almost fumble. Look at the way he's holding that if you watch the replay. Woof. Miller barely had a handle on that ball when he was going down. So 1st and 10, got the ball about 30-yard line there. So Saints will probably put up some points here. Real shame the defense finally gets put in a good position, and unfortunately can't do it. There we go. Another catch here, another first down by the Saints, guys. They are just trucking along at this point here. That's Dallin Hawker. That's the young tight end there they got last year in the draft. I want to say Colorado State, I want to say it was. Let me see. Yeah, Colorado State. So that was one of the guys that we talked about that are leading up to this draft here. But a little bit of a project like most tight ends are here, but we liked him coming out of there. Again, smaller school too, so that you don't mind a project in a smaller school to a certain degree. So you go, okay, was his coaching the best? So they got the ball at the 20-yard line now, 1st and 10. You can toss it out to Alvin Kamara, who's got a little bit of a gap there. He's going to get about 11 yards. You can definitely, like I said, you can definitely see how much those injuries on defense are really affecting this team right now. I'm going to show in the replay there. Just absolutely great blocking, guys. I hate to give them credit because I still want the Giants to at least not get embarrassed. I'm kind of torn in the winning at this point here, but yeah, that was absolutely spectacular blocking by the Saints, guys. All right, so they got 1st and goal now. So 1st and goal about the 8-yard line. So shotgun formation for Carr. Kamara's in motion, but it's a handoff to Miller. He's going to get about. He's trucking along, guys. He's going to get in that end zone. He's in the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Saints, guys. Holy shnikey. That should have been stopped much quicker before that. This guy was just lifted up with multiple guys on him, and it was almost like tush-push style. The rest of the Saints just piled in and pushed him forward. That's the first touchdown here of the game here, going to Kendra Miller, the Saints. I'm going to show the replay right now. Like I said, it's just, you got to get the guy to the ground. And who was that? I'm trying to see. That was Kayvon. But there were so many people on him, and just no one could do it. That's pure like the Saints wanting that much better than the Giants wanted it. That's sad. That's really sad. All right, so 7-0 now for the Saints. And like I said, Miller just like ran over like seven Giants. That's just bad. As Daniel Laporte says, starters not playing. It feels that way, man. It definitely feels that way. Just ton of injuries, that's for sure. It's like a preseason roster for the Giants, basically. So, yeah. So I think the Giants now, I think they've even had a lead since they beat the Seahawks at this point. So that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. And that whole streak just continues, guys. It's getting really absolutely not surprising, but pathetic what the Giants are doing here at this point here. And again, the injuries are there on defense, injuries on offensive line, but yeah, it's getting bad. Derek says Drew Lock has got awful. This team has got awful, man. Let's call it what it is. This team is just goddamn awful. And like I said, that's why we need that football czar. We need that guy to come in here with a clean set of eyes, clean vision, and just go ahead and clean house of anybody who's not performing. Because we all know that John Mara's not going to do it. He's too loyal. We all know Joe Shane's not going to do it. He's had multiple years to do it. And he's part of the problem, to be honest. I mean, take out that one draft he's had this year. The other drafts have been pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. We already got guys cut that were drafted by Shane. Like, that's bad. Granted, one of them was a 5th-round pick, one of them was a 7th-round pick, but still, when your guys you're drafting aren't even lasting past a year or two, that's bad. That's a real big mistake, And there's plenty of other mistakes we can point to that are still in this roster, like Eric Gray. So, again, it's time to clean house. Time to get a fresh set of eyes in here. Somebody's going to really clean this place up. And I don't think we have that guy in the building right now. I really don't. So, Bill Belichick, like I said, that's the guy I've been mentioned. Pete Carroll is a guy that might come in and do something like that. I mean, even maybe Tom Coughlin. I know he's obviously up there in age, but I'm not looking for a guy to be a GM or a coach here in the center. I'm just looking for him to come in and be the guy who makes all the final decisions for football specifically. Let the business guys take care of the business stuff. I don't care about that stuff. I'm talking about purely what affects the product on the field. Because, we've been bad at drafting for quite a while. Again, besides just 1 year. So, it's time. It's time, guys. So, That was a 98-yard drive, by the way, guys. That's the longest touchdown drive the Saints have had since September 11th, 2016. Woo. That's bad. That's bad. When you're 8 years since you've had 8 years plus. Kicked off, by the way, here. Giants are returning the ball right now. Going to get the ball to about the 27-yard line there, guys. So, and if the Giants want any way whatsoever, we got to go ahead and get some kind of points here if they want to try to change this up at all. There's a flag on the play, by the way. Illegal formation, kicking formation. So 5-yard penalty added on to the kickoff return by Smith Marset there. So now they're talking about the celebrating the century thing and how bad for the Giants that this is their 100th season. Like, whew, that's bad. That to set potentially a franchise record for most consecutive games lost. It had to be the worst division record this team's ever had. Could be the second time only in Giants history to not have a win at home. Deflected at the line again, guys, on 1st and 10. And it's Breezy again. Oof. Drew Lock 0 for 7. First time a quarterback for the Giants has done that since 1991. Oh, that's bad. That is really bad, guys. 2nd and 10 here. There's a lot of movement going around. We got Jalen Hyatt, by the way, I see at the bottom of the screen here. So he's back in. Got motion for Nabers, moving him around. We got to chuck it to Nabers, guys. I know like he's asking for it and that kind of thing you don't want, but you got to get him involved early on too. He's got a valid gripe to a certain degree, even if he's not showing it right. 4-yard run there by Tyrone Tracy there on 2nd down. So they're going to be a 3rd and 6 here. And again, you got to get Nabers involved. You got to. Like, if you're not having a good game and you have a good receiver, what is the first thing most offensive people will tell you to do? Go ahead and get your star receiver involved. Throw it up. Let him take a shot. Let him go ahead and make a move. You got to do it. And they did it for Slayton earlier on, and I wasn't complaining about that one. So I'm not going to complain here that they do it here. It doesn't work. But 3rd and 6. Let's see here. Here we go. Snap the ball. Clean pocket, but Lock's still moving around. He's trying to let somebody get open and throws it to nobody. Like, what the hell is he doing? In the vicinity of Jalen Hyatt. Threw it almost like he was hoping for a pass interference flag, but 0 for 8 now, Drew Lock. Like, wow. That's bad. That's really bad, guys. It's like, this is... Oof. I don't even know. Would we even have anybody else available quarterback, do we, at this point? Like, it's bad. Tommy DeVito, they really don't want to put him in. I think he's considered active today. But let's see here. I'm trying to look at the Giants depth chart just to verify. Let's see what we got here. Because I know they dropped Boyle this week as well, so he's not available. Yeah, Tommy DeVito is listed as the backup, so he is still listed as there. Like I said, that's going to be an interesting one there to see. Because if this continues this way, you can't keep Drew Lock in this game, but you have nobody else. Nobody else. The tank is on, apparently. The tankathon. It's just, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So, 1st and 10 here, guys, for the Saints. And they got the ball at about the 27, 28-yard line there. And another good run stop. Weird, the Giants have really been doing good against the run today. And that has definitely not been their specialty all year long. As Derek says, he's the worst quarterback in the league. I don't get how this guy is still in the NFL. Cut Lock. DeVito is the better option. Yeah, no, listen, DeVito is the better option, but he's injured. That's the thing. They're not trying to, get this guy even more hurt. Because that's what you're risking right now, And in the end, their big thing is they want to go ahead and eventually get, DeVito back in there when he's healthy. Probably next week. Probably when you'll see him. John says, I love my Giants, but the O-line sucks super butt. Well, yeah, I mean, with the injuries we have, of course it's going to. I don't think there's many teams that be able to deal with having, third string tackles and stuff in there without having issues. Like, that's pretty bad. I don't see many teams being able to get around that. I really don't. So, but it's all part of the tank process at this point. That's what we're doing. He says luck sucks. Yes, I said that going into it. That's one of the biggest issues I have with Joe Shane right now is the fact that he went into this offseason with now getting any kind of legitimate threat for Daniel Jones. That's my biggest issue I have with him. And the crazy thing is, they looked at guys in the draft to replace Daniel Jones, but it just tells you they knew he was part of the problem. They knew he wasn't the answer long term. And once they couldn't get somebody in the draft, that was all they did. There was no free agency option looked at. They thought they could bring back Tyrod Taylor, which is just crazy. Tyrod Taylor wanted nothing to do with this Giants regime whatsoever. Absolutely nothing to do with it. He wanted out of this clown show in a heartbeat, which is funny because he went to a different clown show in the same city, but still that's a whole separate thing. Again, it just shows that Joe Shane has no clue what he's doing, has no clue how to read people and have relationships with people that he works with. And that's a massive issue. You could have brought somebody in like even a Gardner Minshew. Granted, hasn't played the best this year right now, but Gardner Minshew, Joe Flacco, who has said the Colts are really the only team that ever even bothered to contact him. Don't tell me Joe Flacco would have been nice to have right now. Jameis Winston, we talked about him last year. Now people are all about him as a bridge quarterback next year. I keep hearing that as a topic there. We were all about that last year this offseason because he was going to be cheap. You get him for like nothing. There were so many options better than Drew Lock. It's not even funny. But the Giants wanted to hand the job to Daniel Jones again. They were more concerned with keeping him, feeling safe in his job than putting in actual competition. So, 2nd and 15 at that monster run stop there by the Giants. Ball about the 23-yard line. Carr's in shotgun formation, empty back set. And here we go. Gonna be a catch there. Foster Moreau there, like I said, catching the ball. Gonna be 3rd down there. Gonna be not a short one, not the longest in the world. 3rd and 7. A little more yards than a little less yards than I thought they picked up on that play. So 3rd and 7 here. But I mean that's not difficult for the Saints to get right now the way they're playing. Just don't run the ball at this point. The Giants have, for some reason, reversed. They're better at the run than the pass so far today. I keep throwing the ball if I was the Saints, so the Giants can show they can stop it. And again, no Drew Phillips, no Deontay Banks. This is a very weakened secondary. And without Dexter Lawrence, it is going to be incomplete pass. But yeah, Jason Pinnock went right through unmatched and should have gotten Carr with a sack here. Went right in between the tackle and the tight end, just didn't turn inward enough. That was a bad trajectory. Like went past Carr, but yeah, they did attempt Kendre Miller at that point there and missed it. So 4th and 7. So, like I said, I think the defense has been playing a little better than I expected so far today, guys. To be honest with you, all the guys listed, I've already listed enough for you guys. I'm not going to do that again to you, but all these guys are out, and the Giants are still not looking horrible on defense there. As John says, we're no better than a high school flag football team. Well, that's an insult to flag football teams. Derek says this Giants team is going to be really bad next season. Also, tank for Arch Manning in 2026 NFL draft. And yep, everybody is just calling for that tank there. I can't call for the tank yet, even though I honestly I'm kind of there at this point. I hate to say it. It just goes against everything I stand for as a Giants fan. But I'm not tanking for 26. I can't. If there's an unofficial tank going on, so we get Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, I'm not going to say I like it, but it's not like winning helps us right now. Personal foul, by the way, on the punt return, as we're talking there. So, yeah, a little bit of a late hit there. So here we go. 15-yard penalty. Ball's going to be, let's see where we're at here, exactly 49-yard line. So not a bad place to start here. Bigger up midfield. Just need 2 yards to get into Saints territory. Who knows if the Giants can get there? All right, going to be a play action pass. Locke is trying to get that first completion. He's moving around well. I'll give him that. Completion to Daniel Bellinger. We got a Bellinger which fights for it. It was about 2-3 yards short of the first down. Fights for it, and is going to get that first down. Really fought. Like I said, that's a heart play right there. Good for Bellinger. A guy I really liked his rookie year. Didn't play good the sophomore year and be kind of non-existent here in that junior year. So got one more year left in that contract. He needs to start stepping it up if he wants to be around the NFL for a while there. But yeah, nice movement by Locke and finally gets a completion. Tyrone Tracy there gets about 2 yards here on first down. So Drew Lock now 1 of 9 for 11 yards. That's not good. John says we lose without tanking. We have 29 yards total. Yes, but I still wonder if we're tanking right now. No, they're not going to say it. Drew Lock, under pressure immediately, and just gonna. Oh, nice toss to Nabers. Wow, he moves all the way onto the left side. Nice catch and throw, Lock to Nabers. We're talking trash about Lock. You got to give him credit for the good moves as well. He, like I said, just was in trouble at that point. Hauled off to the left-hand side, throws against his body, which they all tell you not to do. Gets the ball to Nabers, who, to be honest, was kind of a risky play there, but gets the ball to Nabers. We're now at the 20-yard line, by the way, guys. Now got Tracy getting the ball, getting about 1 yard, swooped up immediately by the defense. But again, like I said, that's a nice play. And that's what I said. You got to figure out ways to get the ball to Nabers. And I'm not just saying that because he's saying it, because he is publicly saying, let's be honest. He's definitely being a little bit of that diva receiver. But he's a special talent. If you're not getting a special talent when you don't have a lot of special talent involved, you're in trouble. Locke, in trouble immediately, but throws the ball. I think it's in the vicinity enough of Wan'Dale Robinson who'll get away with it and not get the intentional grounding. But 3rd down and 9. This offensive line needs to really help out Locke here, guys. And that was on Bellinger, it looks like. So 3rd and 9. Who knows? We got a 3rd and 15 earlier. So we'll see what happens. So here we go. Shotgun formation, Tyrone Tracy on the left-hand side on 3rd and 9. And, he's getting immediately punished by this Saints defense, guys. Immediately. Brian Brzee got it, man. Oof. That is, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. This again, it's offensive line. Just was that John Runyon they're showing. So yeah, it was kind of tag team is the crazy thing. Like JMS pushed him over to John Runyon Jr. And yeah, it's just Derek says 1 okay pass doesn't make up for all the missed ones. No, I'm not saying it makes up for it, but you got to give him credit when he makes a good play too. 43-yard field goal. And good. So Giants are on the board at least 7-3. And John says, I hate our JV varsity play calling. Yeah, no, 100%. Our play calling is crap, guys. Absolute crap. And that's why I was saying I've been calling for, them to go ahead and fire Dable, put Mike Kafka in as the interim head coach for the rest of the season. And that's a move to give him a chance to do his own offense again, which we played better when we had his offense going in 22. But also on top of that, it's to do right by Kafka, who point blank has been disrespected by this franchise every step and turn, basically. You give him the play calling, you take the play calling, you give him the play calling, you take the play calling. Then he goes out and people actually want to talk to him about being a head coach. He doesn't get that. He wants to be an offensive coordinator for Seattle. Like point blank, he wanted that interview in Seattle, and the Giants blocked him because Seattle liked him. If they didn't hire Mike McDonald, they were actually to consider him as a second choice, which is kind of scary considering how bad our offense is. It has to be a tough sell to the fans. That's for damn sure if you're a Seattle Seahawks, but they were big on him. So, like I said, I'm kind of curious to see if at any point they fire Dable, if that's what happens. Something tells me they're going to wait to the end of the season and it's going to be like, we all know it's coming. It's just a matter of day after the season's over. Let's call time of death for Dable, But who knows? Again, Mara is way, way too loyal to people for some reason. Same as he let Gettleman go in a way that was respectful to him. Let him finish out the season instead of retiring him. Firing him mid-season. He's got to be able to separate business and personal. It really does. Derek's ownership has been able to figure out how to fix the offensive line since 2013. And I name it has been. You're going to see the comment there, but it doesn't matter. It's not ownership. It's really not. Like, you got to put that on the front office, the scouts, the guys that are doing that kind of work. And that's why I'm saying you got to figure out a way to go ahead and get a guy in there to be a football czar to have this final say over Shane and Dable at that point there, over Mara, a guy who can just sit there and clean house. And if you want to wait until fire Shane and Dable until you let that person make that call, I'm fine with that. But you need someone who's going to come in here, be a neutral third party, and just make the business decisions, because these business decisions have not been made. And it's pretty obvious to that. So, something's got to give. Something's got to give. That's for damn sure. So, all right there. So, Saints about to get the ball kicked off to him here. Let's see here. But 7-3, 11 minutes left. Still within reach of the game. Been a while since I've been to say that doing the play-by-play, that we're still within reach. Here we go. And gets the kick off. That's a short kick. So Miller comes back. He's going to get the ball to about the 38-yard line there. It's 39-yard they're calling for on TV. So, yeah, it's going to be a decent return. That's sure for the Saints. So they're talking about the difference now with Taysom Hill. Obviously, Taysom Hill tore his ACL last week, so he's not in the game here. But I don't understand how Taysom Hill is this guy that all of a sudden is this, like, they're making it seem like he's like the key to the Saints offense. Like, he's not the key. He's not. So 1st and 10 here, guys. Derek Carr's under center, single back set with Kamara behind him, and it's going to be a toss to the left-hand side. Kamara's a little spin move, a little speed move there. Going to get about 5 yards there. So 2nd and 5. So look at the empty stands, guys. Oof. There's a lot of empty seats in that stadium. A lot of empty seats. That's crazy. I can't remember seeing the seats that empty ever. So another Kamara right up the middle, and the Giants again get him. McFadden. McFadden got him. Corey Dutton, who's Durden, who's of course they got the Saints. The Rams practice squad there. Yeah, that's a nice run stop there. There's a lot of nice run stops there. So 3rd and 7. John says, best drinking. Every time Giants miss a tackle, we take a shot. We'd be drunk by halftime. Listen, you're drinking too much if you think you can make it to halftime. I don't know if I can make it past one defensive series the way they're playing with bad tackling. I mean, you had to drink 10 shots just in that one touchdown today. 3rd and 7. There is definitely pressure on Carr, but it's way too far behind him. They did get a quick toss out to Alvin Kamara, getting about 2-3 yards. So another stop by the defense. So again, guys, this is what I keep saying. This defense is not the problem. Not the problem. Look how good they're playing without all these guys. The issue is all offense. All offense. Hell, at this point, I almost rather have Shane Bowen as a freaking head coach than Brian Dable. Oh, they're going for a trick play in 4th and 3. And they got it, I think. No, does not. Just short of it, they're saying. Just short of the first down. So Giants are to get the ball on a really good position. Going to be at the 49-yard line. Oof. That's a ballsy move by doing that. That's like a move David would do. That's stupid. That's absolutely stupid. Like I said, that's as bad as our 2-point conversion we tried against uh, the uh, the Steelers on Monday Night Football. There, Derek's defense is playing. Our defense is, and a lot of it is because you got young kids in there that are getting a chance to play that haven't been able to play. You know, we mentioned Durden made that last move. He was on a practice squad just a couple days ago. You know, you got Elijah Campbell get a chance to go ahead and play there. You get Darius Muasau a chance to play. Trey Hawkins chance to play. All these guys getting a chance to play that haven't really got a chance to play. That's what the season's about for the Giants. Giving young people a chance to play and see what they got. Because you got to figure out some of the bottom end of the roster, who you want to change and who you want to keep. So 1st and 10. You got Drew Lock under center. Looks like it's going to be a handoff, and it is. It's bad when I can look at it and tell you it's going to be a handoff. About a 2-yard gain there by Tyrone Tracy. But this is the problem I have with the offense. If I can tell you what's coming, do you not think that the defense can tell you what's coming? You know, I don't pretend to be, the best X's and O's guys out there. I do not. When I can see it coming, and they only gave him 1 yard, by the way. When I can see it coming, it's an issue. Quick shot there to Tyrone Tracy. Going to get about 4 yards on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 5. But again, Drew Lock was under a ton of pressure with that there. That was actually a good play to get the ball away and at least get something out of this play. I suppose getting sacked. But he's still now his 3 of 12 for 33 yards. Not good. 3rd and 4, they're calling it. Ball is about the 32, 33-yard line. Watch the bottom of your screen. That's where Malik Nabers is. And they're throwing it to him. Great coverage, though. Kool-Aid McKinstry, a guy to keep in mind that the Giants point blank wanted to get him in the 2nd round. And the Saints got him right before us. Watch this coverage. It looked good there. He got that one hand on him. Oof. By the way, there's a plane apparently going over the Giant Stadium today. It says, Mr. Murrah, enough. Please fix this dumpster fire. I'm hoping that's an actual pilot who did that, not somebody who really had to, pay for that, though. As Derek says, really like our rookie running back, Tyrone Tracy Jr. Kid plays with a ton of heart. And then John says, yeah, like Tracy. Listen, I love Tyrone Tracy and the way he plays. Like point blank, that's a good pickup. It's probably one of the better draft picks that Joe Shane's done in a while because he's number 1, number 2 as far as, rookie running backs this year. And we got him with a 4th round pick. My big thing is that I'd like to see a compliment for him. A guy who is more of a, north-south kind of runner, more of a bruising, kind of guy. But we'd have to see. We'll have to see what happens as far as, if they do that. Because I think a duo was best with him. But he's still learning the position is the crazy thing. I don't think he's done getting better. Because he was only, a starting running back 1 year in college. Was a running back overall for, for 2, years. But that first year as a backup, he's still learning the position. He's going to get better. But again, you need a north-south guy. And I think that'd be the perfect combo. You get that north-south guy to go along with him. And that's going to be like a thunder lightning combo. I think the Giants will like for a few years. And you got him cheap. You still got him cheap. Got 3 more years of him cheap. But if you look at the Giants, the rushing attack has not been the issue. It's the passing attack. Really, it has. John says, Dable calling plays from Nintendo's Tecmo Bowl. That's why defenses know what we're doing. No, they know because it's obvious. You see the way it's lined up. It's quite obvious what's coming. That run I called that point by Tracy, it was so obvious just the way the whole, thing was set up. That would have been the perfect play to do a play action pass to a tight end in the flat. Like just hand the ball off real quick at that point, or fake the handing the ball off, I should say real quick, and just quick toss out to the flat because everybody was focused right at that line of scrimmage. And you would have had room, if you could make one guy miss that was covering him, you would have had room to potentially make a decent long play at that point. But instead, like you said, we have no inventive play calling whatsoever. So they just couldn't do it. So, it's par for the course what they've been doing. Again, this is why I've been saying point blank that I want to go ahead and see Mike Kafka as the interim head coach and give him a chance to call the offense again, because it'll give me a better idea as far as what's really there in this offense, because I just don't think Dable is giving the offense a chance to do much. Derek says, would be nice if we can find another back like Jacobs was. We need that guy that defenders fear hitting. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. A north-south guy. I don't think you necessarily find a guy who was that big, because he was just a one-of-a-kind kind of, physicality. But you can still get guys who do similar, that's for sure. As another good stop there. Trey Hawkins looks like that was. Yeah, Trey Hawkins. Nice big hit there at that point. They show the replay. He's coming right off the corner position and just slams right into Kendre Miller. Great tackle by him. Connor says, are we worth watching yet? Well, no, but we still are, because we're just masochists. I don't know what to tell you at this point. That's the only option I can give you, is that we're just addicts. Like, we have no good personal choices we're making here. We're still watching. 2nd and 10 there. Derek Carr out to pass. Quick route. Kevin Austin there. Quick route. Here we go. They're showing the highlights of the Giants defense. Like I said, there have been some nice hits behind the line of scrimmage. This run defense is actually playing today. I think this is the best I've seen the run defense play. I'm curious. Let's see the stats real quick. Saints, Giants, where we're at. Let's see here. Yeah, 8 carries, 24 yards for Kamara. I can't complain about that. I have other things I can complain about, especially on offense, but that's not something I complain about in this game. Go. Shotgun formation again by Carr, who moves out from the protection issues at that point. Oof. Oh. Kevin Austin just was wide open. Would have been a nice big play there at that point. Went right in between his hands like he played for the Giants. So 4th down coming up here, but wow. Actually, a little off there, a little deeper than I thought it was. It looked like in the instant play there at that point, but the instant replay shows otherwise. Kayvon Thibodeau, by the one chasing down Carr, continuing his season of, I feel like I watch the games and I see nothing on the stat sheet for Thibodeau, but I feel like he does make an impact. He's a weird player. He's very hard to analyze like that because, again, you don't see the stats, but if you watch the game, you see it there. So Smith-Marsette going to get the ball about the 44-yard line. Made the first guy miss. Here we go. Oh, we might have a touchdown here. We might have a touchdown. He's going for a touchdown on the punt return. Giants up. There we go. Kill the tank. This is 2nd year in a row, guys. We've had a punt return for a touchdown. This is the only way we can score is having special teams do it for us. There is a flag at the 47, they're saying now. That's not good. But Saints coach looks rather livid. So I don't think it's going to be on the Giants. Oof. He is just. Okay, so it is a hold. 10-yard penalty as you're watching the punter get absolutely ripped by the Saints coach, by the way, guys. But yeah. So back down to 7-3. We're back down again. We lose again. Even when we're winning, we're losing. Let's see the hold there. Yeah, he was holding on to the jersey there. John says, my game's lagging. I'm 4 plays behind you. Connor says, we suck again. Well, John, I'll tell you what, just bad play. Now you're caught up. Derek says, Tibbs is a great complimentary edge rusher. Again, the guy has been playing the run better this year than he played the last 2 years, I feel like. He did get 10 sacks last year. Again, it was mostly against really bad offensive lines, but he did get it. He's been injured this year. I just feel like he's like a guy that I can't get quite a grip on of what to think of him overall. I don't think he's a surefire star. He's not a guy that if we lose that I'm upset. I'll put it that way. But he's a guy that if we keep him, I'm not upset either, if that makes sense. Like I'm kind of right in the middle on him, which is very rare for me. I admit freely I'm usually a pretty opinionated person, and I usually have my own opinion formed on most players. He's right in that middle. I can't quite put my finger on where I want to go with him at that point. But if we have him as a complimentary edge rusher, then yeah, sure, great. But again, 5th overall pick, you're expecting the guy to be better than a complimentary guy. That's not enough. Not enough, point blank. So, all right. So let's see what happens here, because that's Giants are to get the ball, decent position. We're to get a chance to maybe get that touchdown back we just lost. Maybe just get that touchdown back. So, but yeah, there's been a lot of good positions for this offense, guys. This offense has not been starting a bad field range whatsoever. So, we should definitely have more than a field goal. That's for damn sure. We're getting the ball at the midfield almost every single drive, it feels like. It just shows you exactly how bad this offense is. You're doing everything you can to put them in the right position. You're giving them 4 downs on the first drive, even though they shouldn't have at 4th and 8. And we still got just 3 points on the board. That's real bad. I tell you, the NFL shop is just being added nonstop here, I feel like. More than most years. Maybe I just noticed it more because we're doing the play-by-plays here for the first time. Usually we don't do those. This year we're trying something a little new, but so ball right at the 49, so we're just basically at the half field stretch there, which is basically where we've been starting, I feel like, all game. I know I've said it before, we're starting at the 49, as Locke just lobs it away in the vicinity of Darius Slayton, who actually almost had a chance to catch it there. But woof. As they're re-showing there, the punt return that wasn't. So as the TV crew there, as F1 is saying, not to even, that it's a little ticky-tacky, as they just said here. So, all right, here we go. For 2nd and 10 here for the Giants. Going to be a nice run here, looks like, here potentially. About 3-4 yards there. Not a bad run. Just trying to shorten that 3rd down. But again, they're re-showing. They're re-showing again how the punter's getting shoot out. Alvin Kamara was right in the middle of it, by the way. Trying to push him away. 3rd and 6. So it was a 4-yard run. Drew Lock, 3 of 14, guys. Shotgun formation, by the way. Nabers is at the bottom of the screen. They are definitely shifting guys around, trying to get Wandale wide open, it looks like. And he looks like he is wide open from what I just saw there. But Drew Lock is going to run for it. What is he doing? You got to be kidding me. He had the lane right there to get the 1st down. Instead, runs off to the right-hand side for no apparent reason whatsoever. Watch this replay, guys. Are you freaking kidding me? He had it right here. And instead of going for it with a great blocking downfield by Wan'Dale Robinson there, he's a really tiny guy, so any blocking is great blocking by him. He would have had it. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. And Brian Dable even shaking his head. When I'm agreeing with Brian Dable, you know things are bad. You know things are bad. Instead of punting away, instead of having a 1st down. Thanks, Drew Lock. And now we're going to get hit with delay of game on top of that. So Derek says, typical Drew Lock. Alex says, can you show the game? I cannot show the game because that'll get me shut down. That'll get me shut down in a heartbeat there. So unfortunately, I cannot say that. I'm not going to tell you either that Dofu Sports is a good app for watching things that you can't have access to, because I would definitely not condone using a thing like Dofu, D-O-F-U Sports. That's for sure. Connor says, welcome to New York Jets football. Hello, well, yeah. It's kind of like we are the Jets. So Alex says, Stream East is working. Yeah, like I said, that app that I mentioned, I would definitely not recommend it in any way, shape, or form. Definitely not being sarcastic, as the punt goes off at that point there. It's going to be a fair catch right up at the 19-yard line there. Derek says can't bench Lock fast enough. There's nobody but bench him for is the problem right now. And you see Dable yelling at Drew Lock, and Drew Lock just like walks off. Wow. Guys, if you got a chance to watch this game here, watch how he just walked off on Dable while Dable's trying to talk to him. Like, you want to talk about a coach that's completely lost his quarterback. I'm not going to speak for the whole team on that whole thing and say that, but wow. Like, that's the thing you don't do. Your boss is talking to you. You don't walk away. One of the guys I work with does it. That works under me. I'm hot. I'm livid at that point. That's an absolute disrespect. But yeah, that's whew. All right. So yeah, guys, though, this is just I think that's the epitome of the season. That's the epitome of the season. Just not going straight when he could have get that first down. Derek says, I'll take an injured Tommy DeVito over a healthy Drew Lock. Usually I'd be with you. But I want to see Tommy DeVito the rest of the season whenever he gets healthy, probably next week, and see what he can do. And it's not because I think he's going to be a starting quarterback. He's obviously not going to be. I want to see if he's going to be even a backup quarterback in this league. And I need to see it. I really do need to. Connor says, if not Tommy, who's our third stringer to try him out? We don't have a third quarterback right now. So they went ahead and cut Tim Boyle, who they had, who was going to be a potential emergency quarterback. So, he was an emergency quarterback by being lifted from the practice squad the last 2 weeks, but they chose to cut him. And obviously, going to lift him twice anyway. So even if they kept him, they had to put him on the active roster to keep him going forward. But with all the other injuries, they cut him to free open a spot. So yeah, no third quarterback. Tommy DeVito's injured. They really don't want to put him out there. So it's going to be the Drew Lock show, guys. I'd be absolutely shocked to see anybody but Drew Lock in there quarterback. So it'll almost be like when they did with the Chicago Bear game a couple of years ago. Remember when Tyrod got hurt, DJ got hurt, and Saquon was going in there as the Wildcat? Like, I would think if you're to see anybody under center, it's going to be, Devin Singletary before you see even Tommy DeVito at that point. I just think that's the plan. So stupid plan. 1st and 10, guys. And it's going to be a run there with Kamara. It's going to be like a 1-yard gain. Again, kudos to this defense. They are doing absolutely better than they typically do against the run. They really are. That's been one positive I can give you guys in this game here. Solving the race problem. This is a disgusting game. Damn straight it is. Edward says they need to start over and make some good decisions. Yeah, well, like I said, they need a football czar to come in there, be an independent person and make these decisions, because there's obviously nobody in-house that can do it. Again, real quick, while we got a little break in the game, guys, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button there, guys. We are on a quest, especially on YouTube, specifically to go ahead and get some more subscribers. I need 1,000 subscribers to get fully monetized by YouTube there. So, definitely a free way for you all to help me out there if you don't mind. Again, that's on YouTube specifically. They're liking us anywhere. We definitely appreciate us. As I see John liking the video as well, man. Appreciate that. But like I said, YouTube specifically is where we're trying to boost up those subscribers there. So if you can help us out, greatly appreciated. All right, so they're in commercial break right now. They're dealing with an injury right now. Looks like to Tyler Nubin, another guy that don't want to have him down. I like Tyler Nubin. I'm not sure he's lived up to expectations yet that I've had this year, but again, he's a rookie. He hasn't embarrassed himself. So, I kind of have a low bar for rookies. It's not till year 2, year 3 I start really going crazy. So 2nd and 9. Derek Carr in the shotgun formation. Has all the time in the world. Tosses a quick toss to Kamara, who's going to go ahead and just speed it up to go ahead and get past for the first yard. To get about 11-yard catch there by Kamara. Like I said, nobody near him. You can see the thing. He just slips right out from the line, and nobody's near him. Musa was somewhat near, then McFadden would have eventually got him. But again, they're finding gaps in this defense, guys. The passing game is definitely doing whatever it wants. I'm glad they're running the ball so much still. They really are, because the Giants' run game has been doing pretty decent. as they just went ahead and ran on first down yet again. It was about 3-4 yards there. So let's see. They're talking about the Kamara's comeback year here, so to speak, he's having. A lot of it because, to be very frank, this team's had so much injuries on the Saints on offense that Kamara's been their guy they've had. So, I don't know how much I put that on Kamara and how much I put that on the Saints at that point, that he's gotten so much more yards per game. There's been nobody else. Oh, there we go. Brian Burns. Got it. Sack. Sack number 7 for him. Brian Burns, especially considering he's, not been fully healthy this whole year. I don't want to say it's a $30 million season he's had, but he's had a decent year. He just skips on through in between the 2 tight ends. Like, I don't know why you put 2 tight ends on him. That's a mismatch right there. As they're saying that now, as I just said it too. But yeah, like I said, putting 2 double tight end sets off to the side and having them be right there by Burns, that's a bad move. He just outmaneuver those guys. So 3rd and 16, just got a timeout by the Saints. Ball's about the 27-yard line, guys. So 2-minute warning. John says, I'd rather have Trey Lance than Drew Lock. Yeah. I mean, I guess it gives us a chance to evaluate Trey Lance, so I'd like it for that reason, but I don't think Trey Lance is good either. To be honest, they're probably both just bad quarterbacks. Again, I think the quarterback of our future is just not on the roster yet. He'll be in the roster after the draft. Connor says, I'm in Cranberry TV here, but I think he means not TV because that's not a state. Only has Eagles, can't watch. Lucky me. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is the scary thing is we're losing. So I'm not going to say that you can be happy watching this game, but we've been getting blown out so many games, guys. That can I really sit here and say that this is a bad game for the Giants? Like how many games we've had, like the Bucks game, for example. We're sitting there, we lose by 30-7. That's a game to be pissed about. This game right now, we're 7-3, about to go into halftime. The game is still 100% within reach. I can't sit there and be mad. I don't know what's going to happen. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting there saying we're going to win this game, but we're not getting blown out. We're not getting destroyed. So, we'll have to just wait and see what happens here. Connor says, well, Saints suck too. So, they don't, though. That's the thing. The Saints are an average team. I know their record isn't showing it right now because they had a couple of games when, Carr was out. They got absolutely destroyed. You take those games out, they're about a 500 team. So, again, you gotta kind of take some of that into the consideration. That team was bad without Carr. With Carr, it's not that bad. John says, yeah, luckily it's close. I don't know if I said luckily. Like I said, I'm so on the verge of being on Team Tank. I really am. It's my stubbornness that's what's keeping me out of it. It really is. Because I just hate to ever go into a game hoping to lose. Like, I just hate losing. It's like people don't want to talk to me when the Giants lose sometimes. It's that bad. I'm definitely that guy. But it's gotten to the point where I'm so used to it. I'm like, I'm numb to it. Like, it's just, it is what it is. So 3rd and 16, here we go. Ball again, 27-yard line. And they are running it. So that they're giving up and going to lose yardage again. Lose about 2 yards on the run by Kamara. Again, that's a huge disrespect to this offense for the Giants that they really gave up on 3rd and 14 and ran the ball, just trying to force the Giants either to, call a timeout or to go ahead and, lose some time there. It's just crazy. Let's see here. John says, so how the NFL script gods will let the Giants have this one if our defense keeps us close. Like I said, who knows? Who knows, really? Derek says, well, at least we don't have to look back to 1969 for our last Super Bowl win. Damn straight. That's what I keep reminding people when they start talking about trash about the Giants. Like, most teams would give their left nut to have the kind of history this team has, even besides the Super Bowls. There's so many things in NFL history. I mean, hell, the team's owner's nickname is on the goddamn football. At least his father, I should say, when it says the Duke on the football. I'm going to Disneyland, the defense chant, the Gatorade dunks. There's, the spiking of the football in the end zone. There's so many things that are Giants history. Giants did it first, way beyond even just the Super Bowls, which is obviously the biggest part of it. Don't get me wrong. Way beside the fact that we have, more than the more than just the 4 Super Bowls. We have 8 NFL championships altogether if you want to include pre-Super Bowl era. So first and 10, shotgun formation for Carr. Does get time to do a quick toss out that looks like to Bellinger. Nice to see Bellinger involved in this first half here. He's been, obviously with Theo Johnson being out, he's got an option to go ahead and show that he's capable of doing more than what this team let him do. Time is running, 2nd and 5, shotgun formation again. And it's another pass right up the middle at that point to Tyrone Tracy, who's going to chug along here, get to about the 49-yard line there. But again, clock is still running. Tick, 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 tick. That's where we're at, guys. It's 2-minute offense. You have to go ahead and get this ball out quick. You have to go ahead and line up quick. Still staying in shotgun formation, about 1:10 on the clock here. And here we go. Nice, another toss again to Tracy. Gonna get about 6 yards. I give it a 5 on that. So 2nd and 5. Again, tick, 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 55. I don't know why we're not just taking timeouts. 50. 45. Give it 25 seconds on the clock and got 1 play off. Another batted pass at that point. The 3rd batted pass by Drew Lock. Drew Lock has had more passes batted down than completions, it feels like at times. 6 completions, 3 passes batted down. But this is like, we're just eating up the clock. Exactly as Derek says, I was trying to guess what I was trying to get to right before that play happened. 25 seconds, and we got 1 play. 25 seconds. That's total mismanagement of the clock here. Again, there's 2 timeouts. They're giving us the middle of the field for obvious reasons. All right, shotgun formation again. Lock's in there. Lock's thrown it and dropped by Jalen Hyatt. Should have been a catch. So 4th and 5. 36 seconds left. Giants will go for it. This is in some place I would agree with going for it, actually. Connor says they're losing 10-7. Panthers might score here, though. 10 seconds left. Yeah, that's one of our games, Connor. If you watch the picks game we had there, that I told Rob point blank that was too much of a spread. Too much of a spread entirely. I think it was a 12-point spread, at least when we did our pick show on Thursday. Way too much. So first timeout, by the way, by the Saints. So we'll have a quick commercial break there. But yeah, that's, like I said, that's a that's a little crazy there. So because Derek says, sorry, my stream is behind, but Hyatt has to make that catch. Exactly. There's a reason that Jalen Hyatt is considered a bust so far. He's not that good. We are punting, by the way, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. 36 seconds left. Oh, we got there's someone offsides to find out it's offense or defense. They're saying Casey Crider, the long snapper, moved the football first on TV, but yep, it is on him. I was hoping somehow Beacons of defense give us a chance to try to get that first touchdown forever. Connor's Eagles scored touchdown, 13-10, extra points good, 14-10. Like I said, I thought there was a 12.5 point spread in that game. Insane. That's way too much. Way too much. So now it's 4th and 10, guys. Jamie Gillum with the punt. Let's see. So fair catch the ball around the 16-yard line. 29 seconds to go left as Deontay Pettis gets the punt for a catch. There's 2 timeouts left by the Giants, 2 timeouts left by the Saints. So we'll see what happens if they just run the ball and both teams kind of agree to just end this whole thing. It doesn't make much sense to keep really going crazy. Way too far to go for. Let's say go for a deep dive real quick. Way too far for the Saints to go for it. All right, in shotgun formation though for Derek Carr, and he is going for it. Quick pass. Valdez-Scantling getting it about a 6-7 yard catch right at the sideline. Giants, you watching this? This is what you do when the time is late. You go to the sides. You don't go to the middle. You go to the sides where they can step out of bounds, not waste half a minute. So that gave him 8 yards in that actually. So 2nd and 10. Sorry, 2nd and 2. Again, a shotgun formation for Carr right in the middle there to Kamara. So it's going to be about 31-yard line. John says, Hyatt is the next Kadarius Toney. The difference is you saw in that Cowboy game, granted it was one game, but you saw in that Cowboy game Toney take over. You never saw a takeover by Hyatt. He's just, like I said, he's just not good. He's a bottom of the barrel receiver at that point. That's a project. We said this when he was out in the draft. We weren't a big fan of him overall. His speed was the only trick he had, and you can get away with that in college, even in the SEC, which I know sounds a little ridiculous because the SEC's, obviously really, really powerful conference there, but you can't get away with that in the NFL. You can't, point blank. So 31-yard line, 19 seconds left, 1st and 10. They're going to take a deep shot. And here they go. Ooh, throws it short to Scantling, who was going to be, not say wide open, but had some decent separation there about the 48-yard line. Would have put him on the Giants side of the field there. 14 seconds left instead, 2nd and 10. Connor says throwing Shepard leading with 49 yards for the Bucks. Yeah, Shep, exactly. Shep's been doing good for the Bucks, so good for him. Derek says Toney was a hothead, but he was more reliable than Hyatt has been. More reliable as far as production. I'll put it that way. I don't know about more reliable overall because he was just such an issue for the locker room. As Carr is throwing it again, and was Dante Pettis went to, who is high up there, but I still think he had a shot to catch it. So 3rd and 10, 10 seconds left. Saints have 1 timeout left. Again, this is, I think, when you got to take that deep shot down the field. You're not going to get anywhere by doing quick dink and dunks at that point. There were 10 seconds left. Let's see. Here we go. Shotgun formation. And here we go. You can tell he's looking to go deep. And he's chucking it deep. Here we go. Flag is down. Tyler Newman, who's back in the game, on contact on him. So, yeah. Giants just messing up again. He says Giants need to buy some refs that we might have a shot. Let's see. I don't know. That seems a little overly aggressive. But yeah, it's going to put them in field goal range probably. Let's see where it puts them in. Yeah, they're going for it. So 4 seconds left. They're going to go for the kick. $60-yard field goal try with 4 seconds left. It was crazy. They got a timeout. I almost wonder why they don't try to run up the gut, get a couple yards, make it at least a little bit easier, then call the timeout real quick. It's a risk, don't get me wrong, but you don't see a 60-yarder very often, that's for sure. Derek's, I don't see where the PI was. It was because he rerouted him basically by pushing into him. That's the issue. Instead of running alongside of him, he changed the route. And he wasn't looking towards the ball. That's the big thing. Always look towards the ball. Keep your hand on him at that point. Once you reroute him by pushing into him, they're going to call it every time. I don't agree with it. Just a soft football way it plays nowadays. So, all right, 60-yard attempt. Oof. Ooh. I've been blocked. I want to see that one. That was nowhere near. Let's see the replay on that thing. Not going to show the replay. You blocked a field goal. You're not going to show the replay. These TV people suck sometimes. They really do. Show something here. Come on, guys. You had a big play. You're not going to show it. That's insanity. That's absolutely insanity. It sounds like they were saying Casey Rogers, who was the undrafted free agent that we had from Oregon. It sounds like they were saying him, but shame on the TV people. Like, oh, blocked. Halftime, move on. Like, you don't think that's something you should be showing on the TV, a replay of to show how it happened? Like, absolutely ridiculous, guys. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. This is why people complain about, TV coverage of, football and just sports in general. Like, you can't do that. You have to show it. People want to see a big play like that. That's a big play. That's a 3-point swing, guys. 3-point swing. Like, the fans want to see that. Let's see. Derek says, nice block keeping the game. Yeah. Said it was a nice block. I'd love to see it again. I see it slow and see exactly how it went down. Connor says, I just don't know how we're going to be good again. We have so many issues coaching. No real good players except Nabers. I still like Bellinger, Slate, and Tracy. Defense sucks. We got Dex now. He's out, etc. Again, defense is not bad, guys. I'm still going to say it. I know people are going to disagree with me on that. The defense is not bad. Just wait till you get a chance at that point to go ahead and see this defense with an actual offense. And I don't think it's going to be that bad. So, John says National Flag Football League, NFL will be renamed next year. And then that's a huge play. Oh, we got two Johns now. Sorry, I didn't realize that. It gets a little confusing. So John Lunan said National Flag Football League. John Dowd says that's a huge play. Michael Bryant, did I read it right? Drew going 3-14. That's possible. That's possible. We need one win. I mean, if we're going to win a game, guys, let's be honest again. This is probably the one that we're going to potentially win. And we're still in this one. So, all right, let's go into NFL scores and give you guys the updates on where everything's at here right now, because this is got a lot of games going on. So here we go. All right. So first off, obviously the recap from Thursday. If you guys missed it, Thursday, the Lions squeaked out 34-31 against the Packers. You got the Steelers right now up by 6 at halftime, 13-7. Obviously, in our game, the Saints are up 7-3 on the Giants there. And then you got the Dolphins are barely leading right now. The Jets, 15-13. You got the you got the Jaguars right now. This is in the third quarter already. So they've already done with their halftime. Titans are up 3-0. And guys, again, we are rooting for the Jaguars big time in this game. At the half, Vikings up 14-10 on the Falcons. The Eagles are up 14-10 at the half on the Panthers. And then the Bucks also 14-10. They're up right now on the Raiders. Again, we are rooting big time right now for the Raiders as well. Raiders and Jaguars, the two teams we want to win very, very badly. That puts us with a chance to control our own destiny 100% on that first overall pick, which I know is, again, something I don't like to root for, but we're here, we're there, that's what it is. Derek says, with a better offensive line and average quarterback, would we be decent with the skill position players that we have? That and a decent play caller. I still think that Brian Dable's play calling is at least part of the issues we're having this year. I think that you put in a guy who actually can be a little smarter about the plays they call, put an average quarterback in there. And I wouldn't even say a better offensive line, a healthy offensive line. This offensive line, guys, was not playing bad in the very beginning. Did they look like a top 10? No, I'm not trying to say that. But they look like a average offensive line in this league. Back when they had Andrew Thomas, back when they had Eluemunor over at right tackle, they were doing things. But you get down to where you played, obviously again, you start off Thomas, you start off Eluemunor, you put Evan Neal, Chris Hubbard, Josh Azudu. You have 8 people now. 5 people, sorry, play the tackle position. That's an issue. You can't have a revolving door at the end of your offensive line, and that's what it's been. John Dowd says, who do you think is going to be starting quarterback next year for the Giants? It's somebody who's not on the roster, point blank. They're smart. The thing we've been calling for basically is a veteran of some kind to be a bridge quarterback. I don't want to go ahead and throw a quarterback right there into the, into the fold. I don't want to take a rookie and throw him in with this team. I think if you get a veteran guy, we've talked about Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. I don't think it's going to be, Sam Darnold, who I think is going to get a decent contract from somebody this offseason, somebody who probably doesn't have a chance to draft somebody. Kind of gives them that's your option. You know what I mean? If you're a team that's can't get the big two, let's say you're Tennessee, for example, Sam Darnold's going to look pretty damn good to a team like that. Then you got maybe Joe Flacco, even though again he's like 43 years old. Just somebody at that point to be the veteran guy. And then it's get Cam Ward, get Shedeur Sanders. Get one of those two. And again, I think my pick on which one is going to depend a lot on the interview process, which obviously I will not be a part of. So it's hard for me to give you who I want to be my preferred one. I think Sanders has more talent, but I worry about him mentally with how he's going to handle the pressure of New York and everything. So I would go with Cam Ward right now. But it could be, again, you could talk to the guy and go, okay, yep, this is overblown. He's a good guy. He can do the right things. I'm not worried about this. I just don't know. I'm not a part of that. So, we'll have to see what happens. Connor says, it's just so many years hoping and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Scream. Yeah. The frustration is real. That's for sure. Derek says, the guys we picked up shore up our line are too old. They aren't going to stay healthy. Well, see, John Runyon is not that old. Eluemunor is not that old. The one guy you can say is old in that is Van Roten, who was also a free agent at the end of the year. So, guys, what I'd like to see is us to go ahead and draft a couple of guys with, again, a whole new staff that actually knows how to scout and figure that part of it out. I'm not going to give a specific name out because it's not going to be our first overall pick. It's going to be one of the mid guys. But listen, you get second, third, fourth round guys that make it as offensive linemen all the time. You let that one guy go. You keep Eluemunor in the second year because he's been very good. You have both your tackles figured out. You have the right guard as a left guard figured out because you're still going to be contract with John Runyon too. You're going to have JMS probably as your center. You bring in a legit competition at center for JMS. You bring in a legit option, whether it's a rookie or somebody like that there at that point to go ahead and compete with Evan Neal, maybe with the right guard position. Because I still think Evan Neal needs a shot at the guard position. I just don't think he's a tackle. And that offensive line, I don't think it's bad. Again, it's got to get healthy. That's the problem. Derek says, I'd be fine with sticking with DeVito as our bridge next season. I'm good. I don't want that. John says, I wonder if the Giants are waiting to pick up Archie. I hope not. That'd be stupid. You can't wait that long. You can't wait that long. Let's see. Connor says, on a side note, he'd bring up OBJ, but I thought he was going to go with Miami with Tariq and Waddle, and he ain't done squat. Because he's done. He's had too many injuries, guys. He's done. He has never been the same player since he left Eli Manning. Never should have talked trash about him public like he did. Point blank. See, John Lunan says his dad won't let him play for us. No. There's a lot of people talking about stuff they have absolutely no clue. Now, does Deion Sanders like New York? No. Does Deion Sanders like money? Does Deion Sanders like notoriety? Yes. And he's smart enough to know that Shedeur will probably make more money if he's a successful quarterback by going ahead and playing in New York. That's where he's going to be if he gets the chance, because he's going to make his most money possible. So Connor says, well, I just saw the Saints coach getting up on his face just now on NFL Network. That was messed up. Yeah. Listen, I mean, you made a mistake. Coach gets in your face sometimes. That's life in football. Connor said, I think the Vikings would be stupid to get rid of Darnold. It's not getting rid of him. They got J.J. McCarthy. They got a first-round pick on him at that point. They're going to give him a shot. And Darnold's going to go somewhere he has a guaranteed starting position. So, John Lunan says, trade Neal for a 20-piece nugget and a Happy Meal. You may have to settle for the 10-piece. You may very well have to settle for that 10-piece. I'm not sure. We'll find out how this season goes. But again, to me, he's got Eric Flowers written all over him. Like, I just think we got to give him a shot at guard first before we completely give up on him. And for whatever reason, this team just hasn't done it. They should have done it this offseason, especially when they signed Jermaine Eluemunor, who played, again, right tackle last year. You know? Derek says Eli Manning made OBJ look great. If you go back and look at the production of Eli's top wide receiver, wideout, after they left and went to other teams, their stats dramatically fell off. Yeah, drastically fell off. I mean, you can't tell me one person who succeeded without Eli that succeeded with him. Eli made receivers. He really did. I will always stand by that. Now, I could also sit there and say that besides OBJ, no one that was a good receiver that left in their prime went to the team either. So there's a little bit of an asterisk on that, just to not be disrespectful to the receivers. You know, like guy like Hakeem Nicks was by the time he went to the Colts, he was done from injuries and all. You know, Connor says I would trade our first pick for multiple picks and start fresh from the center all the way around our line, get a free agent quarterback, and if you like, a quarterback in the second round. I don't think you can do it that way. I really don't. I think the problem you run into is you need to get a quarterback in that first round that you think could be the guy in this, the face of the franchise. Now, if you find somebody you think is sneaky good in that second round that you think will be available to you, then maybe. I just don't see the guy there. Like, are you thinking Dylan Gabriel? Is that who you're thinking? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think there's anybody really there. The kid from Penn State, Dart, I mean, from Ole Miss, like, I don't see it. I really don't. So, and I think you gotta go with a brand new quarterback and a guy who has that ability to be your franchise. And it's partially because of us guys. The Giants have to do something dramatic to go ahead and get the fans back into this. Again, you could have bought tickets today. I looked before the game. You could have, if you just had a last minute to go to the game, you could have bought a ticket for $9. $9. To have going to the Giants cost less than going to the movies is a freaking travesty. And it's not on the fans, that travesty. It's on the team. You need to do something to get the team the fans interested in the team again. And that's really the only move I can think of off the top of my head there, is going ahead and just trying to get this team invigorated by going ahead and giving them a new quarterback, a new lease on life, a whole new front office, a whole new coach, a whole new everything, and rebuild. I would even bring back the old Giants helmets to get this team interested at that point there. I would do whatever I had to do to show this is a new Giants. We get it. We sucked. We're making the change. We apologize for all the issues we've had. So as they're about to get started with that second half, by the way, guys, we've been talking so much about how bad they are. We've been going down the stats. So Derek Carr, 13 of 19, 118 yards. Alvin Kamara, 11 carries, 27 yards. Marquise Valdez-Scantling is the leading receiver for the Saints at 3 catches, 35 yards. For the Giants, Drew Lock, 16 of 19 for 52 yards. He's also the leading rusher at 2 carries and 17 yards. Tyrone Tracy Jr. is the leading receiver at 3 catches for 19 yards overall. So, obviously, Kendrick Miller had the 1 touchdown. He's got 4 carries, 13 yards. You got Juwan Johnson, 2 catches, 25 yards here. Kamara, again, 24 yards rushing, has just 11 yards receiving. He's got 35 yards in that first half there. Giants-wise, Tyrone Tracy Jr. Has the same 15 yards rushing that Drew Lock does, but he's got it on 6 carries. So just a 2.5 yards per carry average. Definitely not good there. Nabers has 1 catch for 17 yards. It's bad, guys. It's bad. This is about as bad as it gets here. So first down, we got our nice run here to start off here. Tracy getting about 6.5 yards. Derek says, I prefer our color rush jerseys, all the white with blue boomerang outline with number. Listen, I don't care what we do. You just got to do something to show the fans that you're changing. And I've never been a fan of the NY helmets, to be honest with you guys. I like the old school Giants one with from the 80s and early 90s. But I grew up with it. That's why I like it. Drew Lock under center, 2nd and 4, handing the ball off again. And Tyrone Tracy is going right into a wall of defenders, guys. Gets like 1 yard. Oops, sorry, wrong pipe. All righty, so 3rd and 3, here we go. Shotgun formation for Luck. And Tyrone Tracy gets the ball for a 3rd time. Again, 1 yard. Listen, I like Tyrone Tracy. I really do. But, guys, he is not your guy that you're going to sit there and run with. He's not Derrick Henry, as John Runyon is also down now, too, as well, guys. That's not good. And this is the guy he's played through so many injuries, it's not even funny. Yeah, I don't think he missed a single game his entire time with Green Bay, guy. So if he's out and down, he's hurt. He looks like he got tripped up there. John Luna says, I want a mobile quarterback, two-headed backs, some deep threats on both sides, defensive line that teams are afraid to play against. What have you used to have? Hey, guys, we're not that far. We're going to get a quarterback in the draft. I'm pretty much set that that's going to happen. Two-headed backs, we got one already. We just need one more. Deep threats, depends if we keep Slayton, but Slayton's a deep threat. Nabers could be if they played him right. We have deep threats. I'm not worried about that part of it there. Defensive line, teams aren't fighting against, but you already got the best defensive lineman in all of football here in Dexter Lawrence. You got good edge guys there at that point, So, like I said, we got better than people think. The pieces are there. I don't think this cupboard as bare as people think. Connor says $9. Wow. Yeah, I took a screenshot even because I was like, someone's going to call me out and say I'm lying. No, at point blank, it was $9. Was how much it cost to get a ticket. Derek says, not good now. Locke is going to be in trouble. Yeah, I think that he's been in trouble the whole game. That's not going to help, that's for sure. And, I it's at the point now where it's kind of like none of this stuff surprises me. None of this stuff at all. Let's see here. I'm trying to verify real quick for open mouth and insert my foot, but I think Aaron Stinney's probably the guy you'd see coming in at that point. So on their depth chart, obviously ESPN has it. They have as Jay Kubas is the backup guard for the left side there. Now he's a kid that I know they've been wanting to see. Kind of been a guy that's intriguing to them, but Aaron Stinney is the guy who's more the veteran guy. Obviously, he came from the Bucks, was on there for a couple of years, did really good in the run blocking specifically for them last year. When they got the running game going the second half of the year, that was after Stinney went in at the right guard position. And you also had, of course, he was part of that Super Bowl year as well with Tom Brady because of an injury. He ended up playing the whole postseason too as well at that point. So, again, a guy that we do have that is a decent backup for us to have. So, we'll see what happens. But we're at 4th and 2nd here. And they are going ahead and just punt the ball away. They're not going to go for it on 4th and 2. Wouldn't have shocked me if the Giants did something stupid like that. Punt the ball away. Going to be a fair catch at the 21-yard line. Nice punt, though. They're showing that 3rd down play again. Connor says definitely need someone to overhaul the uniform, make it cool looking like a lot of teams have. I mean, a jersey with a flag with the stars, red, white, and blue, black, etc. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do as far as that, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of nostalgia with the uniforms that the Giants like. I don't think they'll ever change it tremendously. Like I said, I would just love something a little different to show the fans that this is a new era in Giants football. Flag down right off the bat there. Kamara gets tripped up there with about 2-3 yards down the field. Like Tyler Newman on the stop, but it went by quick. I could be wrong in the number. But again, the flag on the play, so we'll see what happens. Offsides in the defense. So Brian Burns called them the offsides. Scary thing is, we're going in this like, we suck. Who cares? We're still in the game. That's the scary part. We're still in this game. So again, 7-3, 13 seconds left in the third, 1st and 5. Then we run the ball to Kamara. It's going to get about 2.5, maybe 3 yards. So it's going to be about 3rd and 2. I'm sorry, 2nd and 2. I forgot that first play didn't count because it was neutral zone infraction. So they're going to be 2nd and 1 even. They gave him 4 yards on that. That was a little bit loose with their ball positioning there. All right, so 2nd and 1. It's a 2-yard thing. I can even see where they're lining it up on the screen. I don't know why they're calling it 2nd and 1. It's clearly 2. But Kamara's get the balls again, gets it down to 1 yard. Now it's an actual 3rd and 1. And it's funny because it went 1 yard, and they're still saying. Derek says Debo's letting Locke have it on the sideline. Locke doesn't care. Guys, Locke does not care. If anything, he's more worried about what's going to happen in his career after this year. He does not give a damn. I'm telling you right now what Dable says. He was quite obvious when Dable went to go yell at him on that run when he should have gone straight ahead, and he just walked past him. 3rd and 1 here, guys. And it went for Alvin Kamara, who's got it. Got about half a yard first, maybe 1 yard over. So 1st down for the Saints. And that was Trey Hawkins, by the way, guys, on that again. So kudos to Hawkins. He's actually been showing up on the run defense. He's basically been playing like Drew Phillips' role, will be the corner that comes to help the run, even though he plays on the outside. Here we go. Flag down, but yeah, there's a nice catch there. Ball went out last second, but Marcus Valdez-Standing got it. So we'll have to find out what the flag is there on this. The catch was originally made by Jawan Johnson. Okay, so offsides, neutral zone again, but declined this time. So let's see what happens here. That was Dory Jackson, by the way, is the one who punched the ball out. Oh, Carr got hit right as he went to throw there. Jackson's not going to look for Dable when the quarterback doesn't care what you have to say. Yeah. Well, I mean, you all know that he has issues, obviously, with the with what's going on with the overall with him not being selected, him and DeVito being selected instead. Again, that was Thibodeau. I remember we talked about this before. Thibodeau was the guy rushing the quarterback. Again, he would not get the sack on that. But that incompletion, point blank, on that 1st down is because of the fact that Thibodeau was all over Carr. As we got another flag down, as there's a throw to Kamara behind the line of scrimmage there. Going to get about 7 yards, it looks like, on that. But a flag at the line. We'll see if it's another neutral zone infraction by the Giants. Legal formation by the offense. 5-yard penalty to repeat the 2nd down. So, yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 15. All right, so 2nd and 15, guys. Again, defense doing their job, guys. 10 minutes into the 10 minutes left in the third quarter, and they wouldn't have given up a touchdown. You cannot complain about this defense as much as people love to. People look at a yard is given up, and they stop looking at points. That's what matters, points. I could not give a damn. We give up 1,000 yards per game. We only give up, a small amount of points. That's what matters. You don't get extra points because you got yards. So we got a 3rd and 10 there. It's got a quick 5-yard pass completion there. And let's see. Dayton Belton's in, so they got extra Defensive backs in, obviously. And this is going to be a nice opportunity for the defense to make a statement stop here. 3rd and 10, ball's about the 48-yard line. That's a statement stop here. Brian Burns was right on through there. And finally, interception. Trey Hawkins, the 3rd. There we go. 2nd interception on the season for the New York Giants. We have now doubled our interception total for the entire season. But that's all on Burns, really, for getting into Carr's face. Slight push off by Hawkins, too. I'm surprised they didn't try to get him on that. Connor says, do you think Mara would ever sell the team or half, or the Tisches, or both? I think Tish should be more likely to ever sell the team. It's more of a toy for him. For Mara, it's a way of life. Keep in mind, the Mara family has been the one that's owned it forever. Steve Tisch, to me, doesn't seem to have the same attachment. Just kind of something in his portfolio. And he'll come in and he'll make the adjustments when he has to. And when he comes in from California and he makes some of these decisions that he's made, stuff's going down. He doesn't want to be there until he has to be. So, part of it maybe he just trusts the Maras, and part of it may be that he's got things in writing in the contract when his family's bought into it. I don't know. But Connor said, don't blame Drew Lock. Giants screwed him out of being the starter and making money, getting certain stats. Now we can't even get that. In all fairness, now, the way he's playing, he wouldn't have gotten extra money anyway. But I get what you're saying. Again, they did him a little dirty at that point, that's for sure. But in all fairness, DeVito should have been the guy. And this is what I expected of Drew Lock. I'm not a Drew Lock fan. Never happened. I never thought he was a good quarterback, even coming out of school. I get why Denver took him. They wasn't a first-round pick for him. You took a chance on a quarterback. I don't hate teams doing that, but I never had much consideration of him being a good quarterback. But the Giants were interested in him. There was the rumor. They said Pat Shurmur, because we're going back to those days when Drew Lock was drafted. Pat Shurmur was a big fan of Drew Lock. Thought he could be a good quarterback at this league. So looking back on him, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock. Is there that much of a difference? Imagine who we could have gotten with that first-round pick instead. Instead of getting Daniel Jones, could have gotten Josh Allen. Not the quarterback, the rusher. Imagine with Josh Allen on this team. But, again, you look at it, you go, that's a trickle down of issues. Because if we had gotten Josh Allen, would we then have gone ahead and gotten Kayvon Thibodeau? Would we have traded for Brian Burns? There's a lot of questions going there, Derek says, I highly doubt that Mara looks at the Giants as being a toy. The man is visibly frustrated how bad the team has been over the last decade. No, I didn't say Mara. Tisch looks like a toy. He's the one who thinks of it as a toy. Like I said, it's part of his portfolio. That's what it is, I feel like. Mara, it's life. He feels like he's trying to live up to his father's legacy. That's point blank what it is with him. It's a big thing for him. John Luna, nice pick by Hawkins. Yeah. Flag already, by the way, first down. False start on the Giants. Trying to hear who on. But there we go. Longest drought in the NFL since 1940. 11 games. Like I said, it was our first interception since week 1. That's bad. All right, 1st and 15. Thanks to that false start. Drew Lock going for it. Got time to chuck it. He's throwing it deep. Slayton hits his hands. There's a flag, though, coming. Kool-Aid McKinstry is the one to cover him there. He's done some good plays here, Kool-Aid has. Offsides in the defense. 5-yard penalty. And replaying first down. So we basically got that false start back and had a free shot down the field, which they took. The Saints head coach, by the way, is still flipping out. Ankle injury for John Runyon Jr., by the way. They're saying questionable to return. They don't know what's going to happen yet with him. Aaron Stinney is the guy who's come in. Greg Dulcich said down at the bottom of your screen. That's that new tight end we just got from the practice squad of the Broncos. Quick toss to Tracy, who drops it. Oh, my gosh. We need to do some hand drills. We really need some hand drills. Derek says, yeah, Tish doesn't show up to any of these games as far as we can see. No, his big thing is he's a producer of movies in Hollywood. So Derek says, I hope the Giants re-sign Slayton. He's been their most reliable wideout. Yeah, we're very big. Rob and I both are very big Slayton fans on the show here. We actually just did a segment on him. If you want to check it out on YouTube, talking about how he was nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. We're talking very glowingly about him as a receiver, as well as Wandale Robinson's got a catch there, making it a very short third down there. Nice catch by him. But yeah, Slayton is a guy, 700 yards every single season, no matter what. Just what he does. Doesn't matter how many games he plays, who's his quarterback, whatever, who the coach is. He just gets 700 yards, 700 yards, 700 yards. What he does. So, really consistent. I can't believe Giants fans wanted to trade him this year. But, the Giants have done everything they can to get rid of him. It seems like they drafted Hyatt to replace him. They benched him at times. He just keeps coming through. Very good receiver. Probably should be a 2 or 3 on most teams, but he's been a 1 a lot of years for us. 3rd and 2. Here we go. Rusher up the middle, but picked up briefly at least. Almost intercepted. Ooh. Chase Young almost intercepted. So 4th and 2. That's a really bad pass. You watch, you can see it. He had pressure come at the middle. It was picked up briefly by Tyrone Tracy on a good pass protection there. But he had the time and just didn't see the guy. Chase Young got thrown the ball right to like he was a receiver himself there. So 4th and 2, Scottish Hammer, who's probably the Giants MVP, with Dexter Lawrence being out, probably the best player we got. But here he is going to punt the ball. Nice long punt. When he get bounced out, it's going to be about the 31. So, considering how deep we were at that point, that's not bad. But oof, they're showing it again. You're trying to force the ball into Wandale Robinson. Almost got the Chase Young. Derek says, what the hell was Locke looking at the play? Obviously not Chase Young. I can tell you that much. Like I said, he was trying to force something, I think, into Wandale Robinson, but definitely was not the right way to do it. So, real quick, while we're in a commercial break there, Rob is watching the game outside of his home there, so we may not have our post-game show directly after the game as we typically do. We will be on though tonight definitely with a post-game show for you. So as the best way to do it, I always say, is if you go to our pages, whatever page you prefer, but we always say YouTube is the best one. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and you will get I'm going to say hit the bell, actually I should say, but hit the thumbs up while you're there too. But hit the bell while you're on YouTube there, and you will get notified when we go live as well. It's not always the best, don't get me wrong, but it's your best shot you got. I can tell you that my phone goes off every time we go live, even though I'm the one going live, because of the fact that my personal account is liked and subscribed, obviously, to all that stuff as well. So usually I'll get a okay from our YouTube, from our Facebook, even my LinkedIn profile, because I pop it on there since I'm allowed to for free. What the hell, might as well. But like I said, definitely go ahead and keep an eye out for that, because trust me, Rob and I will have a lot to talk about this game, as far as the offense, as far as Dable, as far as I'm sure the 4th and 8 will be a topic of discussion as well, because I still can't believe we did that. We'll talk about the fans' frustration and the fact that, like I said, you could have gotten a ticket for $9 to go to the game today. That's bad. When you can go to a game to watch the New York Football Giants play for less than the cost of a value meal at McDonald's, that's an issue. That's an absolute issue there. As Derek says, I would definitely be subscribing. I very much appreciate that, man. Like I said, we are on a big goal here of trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube right now, which we've been doing pretty good on, guys. We got 106 subscribers in the past 28 days. So that's a pretty good get. So I appreciate all of you have already. But here we are getting back into that game here as they're watching the push-ups for Chase Young. He's doing that for missing this interception. He's punishing himself. Talk about a guy who's been a disappointment this league, though, Chase Young. Remember when he came out? Oh, he's the can't-miss prospect. Oh, he can do anything. And Azeez Ojulari, we got that same draft, is I think had the better career so far, even though there's been the health issues. But if you look at per game what he's done, he's been a better player on the field than Chase Young has been, who's now on his third team, by the way. Goes from the Commanders, goes to the Niners last year, midway through the season, signs with the Saints now. False start on the offense, by the way, in 1st and 10. So here we go. So 1st and 15 there, guys. Kind of interested to see what the Saints do. They're deep in their position. They're just trying to, run down the clock. Are they realizing how close the game is and still trying to play like you usually would and play for points? Kamara gets a pass there in the flat, and they'll lose about 2-3 yards there. It looks like Timon Fox, the one who stops him there. John Luna says, we are a 3-team household. I'm a Giants fan, wife Steelers fan, daughter is a KC fan. Now, is a daughter a KC fan because of Taylor Swift? I'm curious if that would happen, John. But, it's interesting you say Steelers and Giants, though, because keep in mind, John Mara is married to a Rooney from the Steelers ownership, family at that point there. That's why one of their daughters is Rooney Mara, who was the girl from the Dragon Tattoo movies with Daniel Craig there a little while ago. I'm sure she's done other movies since then. It's just the one I think of her. Obviously, John Mara's got 2 daughters that are actors, Kate Mara as well. Known for a whole lot of things, including being the Invisible Woman in that, Sue Storm in that really, really, really bad version of Fantastic Four. She also had a really good role in House of Cards in that first season there as well. So, a few other things as well. She's I think the more active of the 2 daughters in acting. But like I said, Steelers and Giants, there's been matchups there. There's been matchups. 3rd and 12, guys, here. Carr's got all the time in the world. And when that happens, somebody will usually be open. Cedric Wilson, wide open there. Probably got a 15-yard gain there, just about there. As John Luden says yes, and she thinks Mahomes is cute. So does that include the frog in his throat at that point, the way he talks? Derek says, my wife is a Chiefs fan, my dad is a Pats fan, my cousin is a Cowboys fan, and my uncle is a diehard Jets fan. Yeah, it's funny how that works in families. So, like, my family is very, very mixed as far as, fandoms. We definitely have Giants fans in there, even a couple of Eagles fans. Definitely got a cousin who's a Cowboy fan. Another cousin who's a Dolphin fan. Ooh, Derek Carr missed a wide open Austin. Oh, that would have been a freaking big play. But yeah, this house, my house, is a Giants house, though. So, though my wife hates football, so therefore it's kind of ironic that I do so much football stuff. And don't get me wrong, she's very supportive of what I do, but she hates it. Dwayne said, man, games like this are going to make it hard for Dable to stick around. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And you look at the offense, and that's why we can say that, because 3 points against an average defense. Again, they average about 19th in the NFL as far as points per game they give up. As Dwayne says, but we need that QB. Yes, we do. Which, again, we're losing. We're going to get there. You can see this. We're this bad against the Saints team. It's 4-8. Only 2.2 game difference between us and them. So 3rd and 1, guys. You see Brian Burns on the sideline looking absolutely gassed, by the way. Not only got 3rd and 1, having Brian Burns out. That seems a little ridiculous, but Alvin Kamara gets the first down on 3rd and 1. Gets about 3 yards there for them. I'm sorry. So yeah, gonna continue. And you gotta think that eventually. Oh, it was Kendra Miller. Sorry, not Alvin Kamara. But you gotta think that eventually this defense is gonna break. So many issues on the injuries there, and and offense just 3 and out. Only go for so long in this defense. Again, the defense is not getting enough credit. I will swear that up and down. We'll probably talk about that in the post-game show as well. Hand off to Kamara, and again, lose a yard. They're saying 2 yards on TV, but let's take 1 yard. Again, they've been off on a few things yardage-wise, though. They're showing update on the Vikings and Falcons, by the way. Sam Darnold just running all over the place there and throws to Justin Jefferson for a touchdown. So the Vikings are now up 13-21 in the third, about 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. We got about 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in our game here. Again, 2nd and 12 here now after that stop by the Giants defense. And he's tossing the ball. He's got all the time in the world. Ooh. Foster Moreau just getting down about the 11-yard line. Looks like the defender who was covering him just literally slipped up. So let's see. I want to see who that defender was. He definitely slipped. Let's see here. Dane Belton. That's who it was. So, all right. Let's see here. Dwayne says, drive this tank all the way to the bottom. I hate to say it. I'm getting more and more on that side. I really am. John says, at least with Jones, and hate to say this, he got us to field goal range to kick points. Luck him get near the end zone. Yeah. Again, Luck is not better than Jones. I never thought that. As we get a touchdown here. Oof. Jawan Johnson wide open, guys. Absolutely wide open. And nobody even near him. Like horrible, horrible miscoverage there. Somebody messed up. On the nice thing though, guys, we're about to get another extra point, probably puts them up by 11 points. I don't think there's any shot that the Giants come back in this game now. I hate to say it at just 11 points, but the way they're playing, guys, that should wrap up the game for the Saints, which means it wraps up us getting to that, keeping to that bad record there much, much better. Derek says, I'm waiting for Jones to get a chance to play for the Vikings and see him prove us all wrong. I don't think he'll prove us wrong. I'm pretty confident that there's no proving wrong in that one there. He's not a good quarterback. He's a good backup. And it's funny as they talk about Taysom Hill being out, and they mentioned his age because he's 35 years old now. You got to wonder if Daniel Jones is like the next Taysom Hill for the team, because that's the role he should have, to be honest with you guys. Real quick, to give you guys updates on the games that matter for us. Buccaneers still up 14-10 to the Raiders. And the let's see here, the Titans are still up now 6-3 against the Jaguars. So both teams have scored a field goal as that game is in the fourth quarter. The Bucs and Raiders are still in the third. So it looks like all the crappy teams are losing because this is a 3-team race right now for that. The nice thing, though, for us is that assuming that it stays that way, the Jaguars and the Raiders are going to play each other. So before this season is over, one of them is going to get a win unless they tie, which, to be very frank with you guys, is probably the best thing for the Giants, because if they tie, it puts them both ahead of the Giants as far as at the better record. So, as Dwayne says, Jones will never see the field in Minnesota. Definitely not a QB. It depends on what's going on in the playoffs, or it depends on what's going on as far as the, the game in general. If they start blowing out a team, maybe they pop him in. But he is listed on the practice squad right now. I don't think he's been elevated to the active roster. So as of right now, he can't be put there. Derek says down 2 possessions. There's no way the Giants offense is going to come back from this. Yep, no. Like I said, we are keeping the tank alive. That's for sure. Keeping that tank alive. So we'll see. I haven't put a new sound effect for us. I haven't listened to it myself yet. I didn't have my headphones on since it's just me and not Rob. So let's see how it comes out here. But yeah, it's like I said, it's bad the way the season is going. I just feel like this is probably, as a Giant fan, like the worst year that I feel like I've seen. If not second to that last year with Joe Judge too, because that was really bad, guys. Like, well, at least we're not kneeling the ball, like that's not happening yet. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good, that's for sure. And I'm just downloading more and more tank sound effects for you guys here, because that's where we're at, guys. that's where we are at there. Let's see here. We got John Lunan says Steelers rocking 20-7. Yeah, I mean I expected that. The Steelers are the better team. They definitely are the better team. So, all right, let's see here. I just got another sound effect here for tanks. Let's see how this one has. Maybe we'll have a whole bunch of tank sound effects going for you guys each game. At least have a little fun with it, That's where I feel like we're at. You gotta try to have a little fun with it. It's either laugh or cry at this point. Let's see here. We got Derek says, yeah, at least we're not kneeling the ball on our own 2-yard line. Exactly. That's something. That's the one thing I guess I can say is better there. As we got 1st and 10 here for the Giants. Locks under center. I single, and there's Tracy going. So you get about 4 or 5 yards. So let's see here. The newest one here. Let's see this one. This tank's going off. The tank is going off. It's amazing the sound effects you can find out real quick. They're online. Let's see here. We got 2nd and 5, guys. Running the ball again. Get about 4 yards for Tracy, it looks like there. Unless his knee went down to 3, which is possible the way it went. But again, this is what I'm saying. Like, watch them run the ball again with Tracy. We have no ability to do anything fun play calling wise whatsoever. Like, there's just obvious, easy to go against kind of. It's just insanity. It's bad when anybody can figure it out. You see Slade on the sidelines, by the way, they're trying to show him because he's Walter Payton Man of the Year award nominee. He just looks pissed. 3rd and 1, toss it there to Wan'Dale Robinson, who will get that 1st down. So they were said 9 straight failed 3rd down conversions before that, guys. Oof. We were just breaking streaks left and right in this game. 1st interception. Covered a couple worst in the game kind of things as far as 7 straight failed 3rd down attempts. It was 7 straight missed passes to start the game. Let's see here. So 1st and 10, shotgun formation for Drew Lock. Go for it. They always going to say go for it deep, but nobody spins out to Robinson. He's going to get about 3-4 yards. Derek says maybe our defense scores some points for us. A pick 6 might give us a chance. Yeah, that might be the only shot we have at winning, man. That might be it. That really might be. So 2nd and 6 we're at here. 2nd and 6. Again, shotgun formation. There you got Tracy on the right-hand side. He's going to hand it off to him. Going to get about 3 yards on there. So we'll end up with a 3rd and 3. Again, we're in Saints territory, which we seem to be all on that verge of being in Saints territory, barely being in Saints territory all game long. We've definitely had the right field positioning for the offense to succeed. It's just we've had nothing else for the offense to succeed whatsoever. It seems like that. Bad offensive line play, bad quarterback play, drop balls. So shotgun formation again for Drew Lock, 3rd and 3. He's going to run for it. Nope, he threw it last minute to Bellinger. Going to get that 1st down. Get down to about the 38-yard line there. So, again, 3rd catch by Bellinger, I believe that is there. He's been much more involved today with, obviously, Theo Johnson being out. I got a good chance for him to kind of revive his career and let this staff know, hey, next year I need to be more involved, or let the staff coming in next year know that. Which would be obviously my preferred. 1st and 10 here, guys. Again, ball about the 38-yard line. Bellinger under center, single back formation. And he's got time. He's got time. He's going for it again, though. He's going to run for it again and get the 1st down there, but there's a flag in the play. I'm feeling a holding call is coming, but you got a 1-yard pass that, yep, they're saying the same thing, hold play. Yeah, JMS with the hold there. Derek says, I absolutely cannot get on the tank. I hate losing. I do too. I just feel like we're going to do it, and I'm trying to turn a negative into a positive. Like I said, I've never been pro tanking, and I'm not even quite there yet. I just feel like I'm getting so close. It's not even funny because the prospects of having a good quarterback. Without that, we're done. Absolutely done. So end of the third quarter there, guys. So we got one more quarter to go, and like I said, we need 11 points on our end there. So it'd be interesting because what's going to happen, I have a feeling, if we get a touchdown here, hypothetically, which is always a big if for the Giants, but if we got a touchdown here, I got to wonder if they go ahead and do a 2-point conversion at that point there, trying to get the down by a field goal, you know. So we'll see what happens, obviously, but that just seems to be the sensible thing to do. Now, I do also think though that we probably won't score a touchdown, so it probably won't matter. By the way, we're looking at probably 5:30 is probably going to be the time for our post game show. So, like I said, usually we do it right after the game. But about 5:30 today. There, give Rob a chance to get back from where he's at watching the game. So, like I said, just giving you guys all a heads up. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe. That is the best way to know at that point when we're going to be when we're going to be live and active there on the game here, as I'm literally adjusting the scheduled one there already. So, like I said, going to be 5:30 as I'm adjusting. So now, curious though, because Jerry said I wouldn't go for 2. You can't afford to take points off the board. But what would be the problem? You're not taking points necessarily off the board because you're getting a chance to be down by 3. If you lose it, you're down by 5. If you get the extra point, you're down by 4. Either one of those two scenarios, you still need at that point to go ahead and get a you still need at that point to go ahead and get a touchdown. That doesn't change it. I'm not one of those guys that likes to go for 2 on everything, but that is one of those times you should. So, all right, that's all adjusted now. So, like I said, 5:30 will probably be our post game show. So, if you want to go on there and cry with us, because like I said, we'll be, I'm sure, mixture of anger and sadness for how pathetic the Giants have gotten. One thing I love though when it's Christmas time and they show the Giants games at home is showing all the stuff around the city. The city is beautiful when it was Christmas time, and I'm not one for going into Manhattan. It's not too much for me personally, but it's a beautiful place to go during Christmas time. It's one thing I miss here in Florida because I'm down in Tampa Bay. For those who aren't aware, 1st and 20, but it's just we don't have anything that looks wintry, obviously. So 1st and 20. And he gets Nabers involved. We're going to get about 15 yards on that. Derek says, I have zero confidence this team will hit 2-point conversion. If it makes you feel better, I really have zero confidence they're going to even score a touchdown. But again, it makes more sense because you'd be down by 3. Being down by 4 gets you nothing. You still need at that point a touchdown. So you go for the hope of being down by a field goal instead of needing a touchdown. 2nd and 6 there, by the way, guys. We're now at the 34-yard line. So we're already in field goal range. So Tracy there gets about a 5-yard run there, maybe 4.5. 4 they're giving. They're going to give him 3rd and 2. So trailing 3 quarters, longest active losing streak. So when trailing by 3, the Saints have lost 19 in a row. Giants 18 in a row. So yeah, both teams haven't been the best lately. Let's be honest. The Saints start off so hot this season. People thought sudden hit. Drew Lock though again under duress, just throwing the ball towards away. Tyrone Tracy getting tripped up in the process of trying to go for it. Lock is looking for a flag. I'm not so sure. I thought it looked like just the way he was falling. I didn't see who hit him, who contacted him. But it looked more like he just kind of got tripped up. They're going to show it right now. Yeah. Didn't show it much on the replay that's there. There we go. Here's the better angle. Yeah, that's a hold. That should have been called. So 4th and 2, guys, we're going to go for that field goal, which puts us down by 8 points in that scenario. So, again, this is where that 2-point conversion comes into play. Because if you score a touchdown after this, you're going to have to go for 2 and try to at least tie the game. And it's going to be good. And what could be one of the last games for Gano to play as a Giant, guys. So I think he's going to be gone at the end of the season, to be honest. Been injured the last 2 years, get a little up there in age, expensive kicker. Flag down, player down. They're still saying field goal's good. I don't know. It depends on where the flag is. They haven't announced what the flag is going to be on yet, though. Gano's going back out towards the field, too, to find out. He might have to kick again, depending on what it is. They're having a whole huddle here with the refs, and Gano tries to get in there. Brian Dable looks like he's very confused. It's just his natural look at times, too, as well. And the refs just don't want Gano in there. Yeah. Dable wants to know what's going on. This is too long. Too long a delay. Let's see. I don't know why it's taking so long. Make the damn call already. So unnecessary roughness on the offense, 15-yard penalty, and takes off the field goal. Let's see, 63, they said. Yeah, he body slammed him. Body slammed him. Ooh. Remember when football is football? That was Jay Kubis, the guy, by the way, we talked about as being the young kid that the Giants really want to get a chance to see. That's during the kick, so yeah, it takes the kick off the board. 4th and 17, guys. First team, by the way, with 10-plus penalties back-to-back games since 2018, the Giants are. That's what I'm saying. The Giants are sloppy. They're not playing hard. So now they're punting instead. Takes 3 points off the field. That's bad. So, 13 and a half minutes basically left, 13:42 left on the clock. And the Giants will have to score twice still, while the Saints are still getting the ball right now. Now, the flag down, Gillum got ran into. It's going to be a fair catch around the 11, but this is coming back. Jamie Gillum got hit right in the leg there. He's smiling now, too. He knows. He knows. Maybe right back into field goal range. Oh, my God. Let's see. Let's see. We got to show the replay. Yeah. Good flop by Jamie Gillum to really sell it, too. He definitely flopped. He was fine. Then he decided, look at he kicked his back legs out. He decided to go on the ground. So running the kicker, that'd be okay. They declined it. That would have been a 5-yard penalty, guys. So, I mean, considering they got the ball like the 10.5-yard line at that point, then that's a pretty good punt. So, yeah. Ooh. Seems like half an hour it's taken. There's Dable flipping out, losing his hat. Some other coach there just flipping out too. I don't know who that one is. But sheesh, guys. That is bad. That's about a sloppy rundown of plays you get there. Look, they sound like they're about to go to commercial, but it looks like the Saints offense is on the field and about to go. So Stable's still getting the explanation, by the way, from the refs of what's going on. And they go to commercial after all. This TV crew doesn't know what's going on. So, all right, let's see where we're at with the 2 games we care about again. That's the big one here. The Bucks and the Raiders and the Titans and the Jags. So Jaguars officially up. 2 minutes left in the game. 10-6 in the Titans. There we go. There we go. Raiders still down by 4 points. 12 minutes left to go in the game. But guys, the big one here is the Jaguars being up. If the Jaguars pull out this victory, woo-hoo-hoo, that's a big thing for the Giants, guys. That is a big thing for the Giants. Let's see where's Tankathon got us here. Oops. I lose my headphones entirely there so I can listen to what they're saying in the game. But yeah, so that would put the Jacksonville Jaguars at 3-10. Put us down to 2-11. So, and if the Raiders lose, 2-11 as well. Now the Raiders and the Giants are extremely close as far as strength of schedule too. So, for draft positioning, I know we're rooting for the Panthers to beat the Eagles, which we all know is not going to happen. The Jets to beat the Dolphins. Where is that at? Jets are up 8 points on the Dolphins right now, so that helps for draft position for strength of schedule. And then the Browns to beat the Steelers, but that's not going to happen. I don't think that helps us very much either, because we lost to we beat the Browns. Sorry, so that's one of the strength of schedule for us too as well. And you want the Cardinals later on to beat the Seahawks tonight. So, yeah, like I said, I think that's a good start for us here. The Jaguars hypothetically win this game against the Titans. The big thing next is to go ahead and root for the Raiders when they play the Jaguars, because then both of them got 3 wins. So let's see where the Raiders are right now. So yeah, Raiders got the Falcons next week, and then the Jaguars Raiders the week after. And that's, like I said, that's a big game for those two teams, and big game that both those teams probably, they want to admit it, but they probably want to lose. So, all right, 1st and 10. Miller going for it, trying to go out of the outside, and does. Ends up getting about 5-6 yards there. Darius Musa just pushes him out, but guys, that's something that really should have been much less yards. That's for sure. Derek says, gotta love how this team decides to do everything possible not to score after getting within range. Yeah, this is why they're a bad team, guys. I mean, like same as this, 7 yards he just gave up when it should have been 1 or 2. So 2nd and 3rd, guys. Got I formation, Derek Carr in our center. And yep, toss play there towards by the tackle, and Miller's gonna nope, they're gonna stop him. No, he swung around. He might have got that 1st down. They're giving it to him. They're about to stop him. He just swung out of that tackle and get that 1st down. That was again more bad, wrap up and bad ability to stop by the defense. Who was that? Let's see. It was Belton. Yeah, Dane Belton. Another guy who's Shane Pick that I'm not a big fan of. He's been a part of some really big plays on both positive and negative ends over his time. He's been a little bit of a guy who gets a good amount of turnovers for the little bit of play time he gets, but he's out of position at times. He misses tackles at times. 1st and 10. Derek Carr chucking the ball. Wide open there. So that's Marcus Valdez scanning again. Nathan says, hot dumpster fire. Hot garbage versus a dumpster fire. Still who dat, and then puts the Saints up then. That's fine, dude. Win the game. Honestly, it helps us to lose. I can take solace in that. It's helping our draft status. So, all right. So just under 12 minutes left to go. 1st and 10 again. It's safe to say that if they put up any points here whatsoever, there's no way in hell that the Giants come back. That's for sure. All right, there we go. Giants finally learning. So McFadden stops him. Hawkins, is that Hawkins down? Yeah, Hawkins is on the ground though. Hawkins is on the ground, being looked at by the training staff. TV's not even talking about it again for some reason. So, but yeah, let's see what happens. That'd be bad because again, you got Drew Phillips out. You got Deontay Banks out. This is going to be a really thin corner room, that's for sure. But again, we already lost the game. It don't matter that much, I guess. The optimism I have. So, all righty, let's see what we got here. See, they say I want to see if he gets up, but I don't want to even show it. Like they're not even showing Hawkins whatsoever. Like you literally got. There we go. Now they're showing him finally. So he's getting up. They did help him up. He is walking off on his own. So he seems to be walking okay for somebody just had to get helped off the floor, that's for sure. So he's a little walking slow and a little bit hobbled, that's for sure, but that's not too shabby considering he was on the ground. That's a good sign. They're not going to have their hands on him. That looks like a hurt, not injured scenario, but we'll see. I could be wrong. But like I said, that was a 3-yard loss anyway, guys, the play itself. So we got 2nd and 13 here. 2nd and 13. Let's see what we got. Problem is, too, is that when you go deeper, you're going to make them pass the ball. They've been passing the ball whenever they want. Carr throws, and yeah, Johnson did cut in. Perfect timing for that. That was a good play. So 3rd and 13. Again, that means we're going to be having to defend against them chucking the ball pretty deep there. Derek says, I don't like any of the quarterbacks coming out of this draft. No one really stands out to me as being the guy who's going to help us get back into the playoff picture. I'm not sure yet on that, honestly. I think those two guys have potential. I really do. I think people are, people are having a little trouble figuring out them a little bit to a degree because neither one of them plays at a powerhouse, It's not like Colorado is going for the national championship or Miami is, but delay a game. It's going to be 3rd and 18. Watch them still convert us, though. They've been getting some big, deep balls on us. By the way, interesting thing is going to be if the Jets do win, it puts them at 4 and 9, which pushes them that much further back from getting one of those big, first 2 picks as well, because they're not out of that hunt either. They're only one game behind right now. And they're handing the ball off on 3rd and 18, guys. And they almost got it. Got about 16 yards. So it's maybe 4th and 2. Tommy DeVito just got towards them there and it went right through them. I don't think they necessarily expected that at all. They seem really surprised by that. You always got to think it's a possibility. Here's the replay. And, yep, there he was. Thibodeau had one hand on him. And the middle of the field was just wide open. So 4th and 2. Do the Saints go for it. 10.5 minutes left. Nope, they're going to punt it. Maybe we get another punt touchdown. Doesn't get called back this time. 4th and 2. Here we go. The punt is up. And they're letting it bounce. Going to bounce to about the 17, 18-yard line there. So 10-14 left. Drew Lock's running onto the field there. Because they go into those double boxes showing commercials and the game at the same time there. But this is definitely a now or never kind of place for the Giants. I mean, honestly, I think we need to score. We need to score quickly if we have a shot to win in this game. Not that I think we do have a shot to win this game, but I think that's what we'd have to consider here. That's one the Giants haven't done really. They had that one deep shot in the beginning towards, for Darius Slayton. But for the most part, this team has not been throwing the ball deep. You have to eventually take deep shots down the field. Because what happens is you end up having where the defense isn't worried about doing anything past 10 yards. That's been kind of the issue for the season all year long. We don't throw the ball deep. When we do, we get nowhere near the receiver. So why would you worry about stopping anything past 10 yards? So, all right, shotgun formation for Locke. Quick throw to Nabers, who gets out of the first tackle almost, but the Amadi corner goes ahead and turns around and gets his leg last minute there. And about 3-4 yards. You see Joe Shane with bird watching binoculars on there. Looks like what's his name? Is it Tim McDonald, Don Mayor's nephew next to him? So, yeah, they're showing two guys on the screen at point blank. I don't want the team next year. Shane, Dable, both gone. Time to go. Time to go. So here we go. 2nd and 7. Ugh. And they're showing all the issues we're having here. Let's see. Get back to the game. We don't want to talk more about how the Giants suck at quarterback. We know. As they're showing the projected draft order. All right. I don't know why they're waiting on this thing. Just show the damn game already. They could have had a freaking commercial break I want to take in between these plays. There we go. Come on. This is ridiculous. 2nd and 7. It should not be 15 minutes. Oh, JMS was down. They weren't even talking about it. They're too busy talking about how bad our quarterbacks are, whether we should get one in the draft. Stick to the game, guys. Stick to the game. So JMS is going to be out now, too. Oh, my gosh. So let's see here. They got Greg Van Roden in at center now. Jake Kubas is out now at the guard position. So totally changing things up now. You now officially have none of your starting offensive linemen at their intended position. Oof. Jordan Addison, a third touchdown of the game. 35-21 Vikings right now. Tommy DeVito's in the game, guys. I'm surprised. Here we go. Chuck the ball, Tommy. Hand off for 2 yards to Tracy. Let DeVito chuck it. Let him go. Neighbors, you can see in his face, want nothing to do with the way this team's playing. I want to speak for other people like that, but you can see in his face. So they put Tommy DeVito in for one play just to hand the ball off and then put Locke back in. Okay. Dable needs to go. Drew Locke tossing the ball and way short of Neighbors. The Boo Birds are out big time, guys. Boo Birds are out. All right, so here we go. Seems to have taken so much time in between plays for some reason in this drive. Like there's no benefit to it. All right. 3rd and 9. Here we go. Empty backfield as Tyrone Tracy moves up. And Drew Locke's going to go for that first down. He's got it. Maybe the ball down to about the 49-yard line. I thought he was about to turn and not get it again. He finally turned the last minute. I'm talking about Jalen Milroe, by the way, is another quarterback the Giants might look at the draft. I don't think that's the way to go, personally. I think he needs some time. Unless you go get another quarterback at that point. He needs some time. All right. 1st and 10. Here we go. Hand the ball off to Tyrone Tracy. Tracy's going to get about 3-4 yards. So 2nd and 6. This is going to be, like I said, this is going to be a very important drive there. But it's weird it's taking so long. 2nd and 6. Here we go. About the 48-yard line. Drew Lock, shotgun, empty backfield. Chucking it. Slayton going to get that first down grab. Saints are flipping out looking for a call. Drew Lock must have got hit. He's shaking his head and everything after he got up. Or I should say, between after the play, after Slayton got up. Let's see there. Couldn't see, but yeah, couldn't see what happened as far as Lock, but he looked like he got hit pretty bad the way he was reacting. Kool-Aid McKinstry, though, good coverage on that. Just happened to Slayton happened to win that one. He's been pretty good in this game. I've been impressed. The kid from Alabama, 2nd-round draft pick for the Saints. Again, the Giants were rumored to want him. Ooh! Drew Lock goes down. Colin Saunders. Ooh. That's a big man. Just fell right on him. Ooh. That's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. 6 foot even, 324 pounds. That guy is, guess. Ooh. Yeah, and again, this line is just so decimated at this point, guys. So decimated. I don't know, why is it our line specifically every year that gets hurt like this? I mean, there's got to be a solution to this. You went out and get players that are traditionally healthy. JMS is the guy who was traditionally healthy. Again, John Runyon is a guy who hadn't missed a game his entire time with the Packers, as it almost got intercepted. A horrible throw by Drew Lock there. So, yeah. 3rd and 18, guys. Again, we're finally moving it. Finally moving. So let's see. Nabers, like I said, he just looks pissed on the sidelines, guys. Absolutely looks pissed. Here we go. 3rd and 18. Shotgun formation. Tyrone Tracy off to the left-hand side. Again, Nabers on the sideline. They give the ball to Bellinger, who's going to get him down about the 41-yard line, so only 8 yards on a 3rd and 18. That ain't doing you much. By the way, on the TV, they're talking about Saquon Barkley for some reason. I don't know why. He's not even playing the game, obviously, but what they're saying is 100% right. Saquon Barkley would not be doing nearly what he's doing in Philadelphia with us. He actually leads the league in yards before first contact. All right, 4th and 10. Giants are going for it, guys. So 5 minutes, 15 seconds left. They know it. They don't get this score here, the Giants are done. They're going for it. Locke is, he almost got hit, but the last second gets the ball off. Wan'Dale Robinson gets the ball about the 23-yard line. First down. That was a nice throw there. Where I thought he was just throwing it away at first, the way he was acting, because it's so last minute he threw it, but TV camera just didn't show the angle there. And there's Wan'Dale wide open. Good hook route there. All right, so 23-yard line, guys. 1st and 10. Drew Lock chucking it to Nabers. He's got it. Got it about the 1-yard line there. This is what I'm saying, guys. Chuck him the goddamn ball. Nabers is that good. Chuck him the goddamn ball. That's off Kool-Aid McKinstry, who just he stopped so much on a dime to jump up to get the ball. Nabers did that. Had no shot. 1st and 10 here. I said 1st and goal here. Sorry. Going to be. Oh, there we go. Whistle went before it, but it was obvious going to be a QB sneak the way it was set up. Timeout New Orleans. That was so obvious the way they set up is going to be a QB sneak. So yeah, 22-yard pass to Malik Nabers. That's the longest pass of the day. And by the way, Wan'Dale Robinson looked like he was actually open as well across the middle. He was actually open when he got a touchdown. But great jump up and catch that point by Nabers. They're talking about it right now, how costly that penalty was in the field goal, because they'd be down right now by a touchdown. Very, very good point. So let's see here. I hadn't thought about that part, but that's a very valid point. If that field goal had gone through, we didn't get that flag on Jay Kubas that caught us the field goal. This touchdown that I think we're going to get, because at this point it's 1st and goal on the 1. That would have gone ahead and put us down by 2. with a chance to go for a 2-point conversion. Tyrone Tracy gets it first, and they're going pushing him. He's going to stop at the line of scrimmage there, maybe the half-yard line. I hate to mimic the Eagles here, but it's time for a tush push. Time for that tush push. Literally like a football length away from the end zone. There's tons of whistles. Some stopping the play for some reason. TV doesn't even know why. Now they're calling it a touchdown? Wait, what? Oh, their booth reviewed it. They're saying upstairs and called it a touchdown for Tyrone Tracy Jr. So Giants got the touchdown. Here we go. Let's see this replay. That is hard to see. I don't see it on the replay. Is there another angle? Great job at the TV. Let's not show the touchdown. Let's not show the blocked field goal. It's just like this TV crew sucks. Part of the problem is when the Giants suck, let's be honest, the Giants Saints are not a premier matchup. 2-point conversion, 2-point conversion. Ball bounces. Nabers got it. Got the 2-point conversion. There we go. Derek, Mr. I have no confidence this team will hit on a 2-point conversion. Hate to call you up, man. We did do it. Then again, I said I don't think we had confidence we even hit a touchdown. So Derek says, now can our defense get a 3-and-out here? We're going to see. We're going to see. We got a game here, guys. We got a game. Good job by Nabers. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are on Nabers from all the comments he's saying, guys. He's got that dog mentality. He really does. Again, they're right what they said on the show, on the telecast here. This is where that field goal comes into play, because if that field goal went through, we're tied right now. We're absolutely tied. And we're not tied only because of a body slam basically on a field goal. Wow. Though I got to say, if we happen to pull out a win somehow, I don't know about you all, but I don't feel like the Giants were actually the better team in this game whatsoever. If they win, it's kind of a luck thing, I mean, blocked field goal obviously helped big time. The the issue of the interception obviously helped us as well. But yeah, like I said, close game. I did not expect a close game here, guys. Just especially with all the injuries we had. So kudos to the Giants for that, especially on defense. The offense is atrocious and shitty, but the defense I give all the credit to. Like I said, this is why I keep saying Shane Bowen and the defense, not as bad as people think. Not as bad. Another thing no one's really talking about either. I mean, the telecast talking about, what about that touchdown that got called back in the punt return? We got a punt return call back there for the touchdown. That could have been the difference. We'd be up right now. We got 10 points off the board because of penalties, guys. That's a lot. Like, we legitimately could be winning in this game right now if those couple of changes were made. So, we'll have to see what happens as the game progresses here. But this is why we always say winning teams find a way to win and losing teams find a way to lose. 10-point differential right there. We're down by, right now, a field goal. The Giants should easily be up by a touchdown. But sloppy play is what's making this happen right now. Sloppy play. So, but we're going to go into the home stretch here with down by a field goal. Let's see what the Giants defense can do here. See if they can go ahead and get the ball back for the offense, because one first down pretty much, and I guess with touchdown, with the timeouts, maybe 2 first downs, this is pretty much over. So, as they keep on showing commercials for the UFL. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't watching that. I don't got time for minor leagues. It's too much football news going on for real football for NFL all year long. So, Drew Lock on the drive there, by the way, guys. Again, not a good quarterback, but 6 of 8, 70 yards in that drive. I got to give him some credit. That's a good drive by him. So, here we go. About to kick the ball off here in a very important drive. The Giants want to try to sneak out a win. Let's see while that's going on, what we got going on here in the other games. All righty. So Jets tied with the Dolphins. Jaguars still up. Final score: Jaguars won, guys. Jaguars won 10-6. The Raiders had the ball right now. 4th and goal, by the way. And the Raiders are down by 8 points. Oof. That's pretty good. I'm actually watching that real quick here. All right, here we go. Incomplete on the 1st and 10. I don't know why they're not showing the actual game itself. It is showing. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I'm on YouTube. I'm on the. Let's see here. I thought they were showing the whole thing. Let's see if I can get this here for you guys. Not even showing it anymore. Carr on a sprint, by the way, as I'm watching them. See what's going on the scores there. Hurdles over. I think he got a first down, Carr. But it looks like he's on the ground now, hurt. So we'll have to see what goes on there. Let me refresh because I can't find on YouTube even the game. Derek says, all right, I have to go. Have a great day. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you watching. Hope to see you on one of the lives. Again, like about 5:30, we'll have our post-game coverage as well there. Wait a little bit for Rob to get a chance to get home so he's not watching the game at home. The bad guy for life says, not going to lie, bro. I want the Giants to lose. Yeah, like I said, I'm so torn because I hate to say that. He says, no point for even to win. I want that number 1 pick. Yeah. Like I said, I get it. And I'm usually so against tanking, it's not even funny. But I get it so much this game is not even funny. Let's see here. Bucks Raiders. I'm trying to put this up here. See if I can get that game go. Oh, you know what? I probably can't watch it because I literally live in the Tampa Bay area. So that's going to be a no-go. Yep, that's what it is. So why don't I see if I can put it on my phone on the NFL app so I can let you guys know what's going on there too. See if they show it. Here we go. Okay. Good. I found it on that so I can let you guys know on my phone what's going on with that game. So Jake Haener is going to be coming in. As the Raiders, by the way, are trying to drive on the Bucks right now, but they're down 28-13. So I think it's pretty safe to say the Raiders will not win that game. For some reason, the Google News here is not giving me the correct update on the game. But yeah, it looks like Carr is really hurting, guys. Looks like he's really hurting. Based on what he's holding a sleeve. You put your hands in to kind of warm up your hands. Based on that, I think it's something with his right arm because he's trying to not move that arm. It looks like Miller's going for the edge on 3rd and 1, and Giants defense stopped him. Micah McFadden stops him. 4th down. Defense does the job again. So there we go. Again, the defense has been doing their job today. And McFadden just ran across the entire field, and that guy's like a bullet, just went right into Kendre Miller. Good job by him, man. Good job. 4th and 2 there. Obviously, they're punching the ball away. Ball is about the 37, 38-yard line there. High snap, and they got the kick off, but it's definitely not the kick you want at that point. I'll put it that way, but Smith-Marsette's taking it, but yeah, he only gets it to about the 16-yard line. Not a lot of hang time, but he got enough at that point to do distance at that point, and the coverage team got down there in time. Tony says, will we be tied record-wise with the Steelers? Well, no, the Steelers are way ahead of us record-wise. Steelers having a good season. We're having a crappy season. Maybe the Raiders, what you meant, man? Because the Raiders, yes, will be tied with. Strength of schedule will determine it. And we are so close strength to schedule-wise with these two. It's not even funny. So here we go. 1st and 10. You said Browns to me. No, Browns have one more win than we do. Giants, there we go. Drew Lock is going. He's running for his life again. Again, you got to give Drew Lock some credit right now for the way he's playing this game. He's very much playing a Daniel Jones part of the game. Like, he's not a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But he's putting it all on the line in this game. He really is. Drew Lock got this close to get smacked in the helmet, though, really bad. That was a bad play for him in that regard. Like, you take the slide. Don't look what happened to Trevor Lawrence last week. Don't do that to yourself. 2nd and 7. Here we go. Oh, deep pass that would have been a wide open Nabers, but he got tripped up. No flag in the play, so it looks like he just tripped up, incidental or. That's a shame. That would have been a big play. Let's see. They show the replay now. Yep, he tripped on the turf. No one touched him. Let's say his on his cleats got stuck there for a second. That does happen sometimes. 3rd and 7. Here we go. A lot of pressure. Luck gets the pass off and caught by Slayton about the 37-yard line. 1st down. Just when you think it's over, it's not over. Now, playing well under duress in this last 2 drives, Drew Lock. Again, I'm not a fan of him, but you got to give credit where credit's due. That's a really nice throw to be sitting there in the pocket, take that kind of thing, jump up and get it over there at that point, and good catch by Slayton. Again, Slayton, one of the most underrated players on the Giants roster, if not the most underrated. By the way, the Raiders officially have lost to the Bucs 28-13, so that's officially done. So means we got to root for the Raiders when they play the Jaguars in 2 weeks, probably. But either way, Jaguars won. Means we control our destiny against them because they now have one more win than us. But we might win this game here ourselves. We'll see. 2 minutes, 23 seconds. Delay game on the offense just now, by the way. And Derek Carr is headed to the locker room. All right, so let's see. Okay, so they're saying head injury along with the arm injury. So we'll find out more on Carr, but it sounds like he's done for the game. 1st and 15, Giants now. Drew Lock again under duress. Ball smacked again. The 4th knockdown against them. Peyton Turner on there. Chase Young picked it up, thinking it might be a fumble, but no, his arm was going forward. I'm pretty sure on that. There it is right there, yeah. There was not a fumble. I don't know why. But good job getting the arm up by Turner. Got to give him credit for that. 2nd and 15. Here we go. And it looks like you got Wandale's going to be wide open there, but they're going to Tyrone Tracy. Get a couple yards out of it there. Tracy's still turning. The way the kid keeps turning. I would put his hand down even to try to get a kick up one more time at that point, get the yard or two. Kid plays a lot of heart. Wish I could say that about everybody on the Giants team, but kid plays a lot of heart. So 2-minute warning, guys. So 3rd and long for the Giants. And this is much closer than I expected, guys. Much closer than I expected. So let me see. They only said 3rd and long on that. Let me see if I can refresh it on the Google box score and see if they give you. Yeah, they're not telling you still. But yeah, it's like I said, closer game than I expected, guys. And if we lose this way, I'm it's weird. I'm going to say I'm okay with it. You lose in a very close game. You don't get embarrassed. You still help your draft pick. Would I prefer to win? Part of me definitely would. Part of me is not happy if we not upset if we lose either, though. You know, so like I said, it's this is a better game. But again, this is also the weakest opponent we're going to play probably the rest of the way, guys. Look at who we got the rest of the way. It's a lot of good teams. So we got the Ravens next week. Definitely a better team. We got the Falcons after that. Again, definitely a better team. Let me see here. See the rest of that here. So yeah, and then we got the Colts and the Eagles. I mean, Colts, you could say, okay, maybe we somehow beat them. Probably, one of the weakest teams we're going to face, but the Eagles too. Who knows what's going to happen? The Eagles are a team that's known to sit people when they don't have to play them. So, we'll have to see what they do. Those are the two games that we're gonna win. Because I don't think we're gonna beat the Falcons. I don't think we're gonna beat the Ravens. By the way, anybody that's going to be in the Atlanta area though for that Giants Falcons games, I will be there for that. So we won't be doing anything live recording wise probably from there, but we will be, like I said, on the we'll be there at the game. At least I will be. Rob won't be able to be, unfortunately. He's up in Tweezy. But it's the closest game the Giants are playing this year, so I wanted to go check it out. Plus, gives me a chance to go see family. I got family in that neck of the woods. So, all right, got that mini commercial there before they go back. So here we go. Still trying to see the yardage exactly on that because they haven't. It's 3rd and 9 according to Google. So, yep, 3rd and 9 on the TV screen now too. There we go. 3rd and 9. Keep in mind, it's 4th down territory here. I mean, you can't blame Dable if he does it here. 2 minutes left. Locke is going to get sacked, I have a feeling here. He's trying to throw the ball away. Incomplete pass to Wan'Dale Robinson, but good job of him trying to at least get the ball out there and try to do something. Again, I'm not a fan of Locke, but he's shown a lot of heart in this drive. He really is. So, 4th and 9. So, let's see what they do. He said, to me, you got to go for it. It was Brian Brzee, by the way, on him again. They're talking about it on the telecast, but they're right. He's had a very good game. Very good young, defensive lineman in this NFL here. So 4th and 9. Let's see. He's got some pressure, but not too bad considering what he's had most of this game. He's pumping, throwing it. Interception. Mario Davis gets it. And they don't even realize the game is there's no. He's still running. Like, I didn't hear a whistle. Is that a touchdown? I didn't hear a whistle. I didn't see him be touched either. We got to see what happens here. This could be a touchdown here. It could be the end of the game. Okay, so they're saying it's not a touchdown. I was going to say, I didn't see any Giants going towards him. Let's see. Caught it. He fell down. Okay. So they're calling it as he gave himself up. So, again, this probably means the game is over, though. 1 minute, 44 seconds. Giants do have all 3 timeouts here, so the defense has a chance to make a major stand here to give the offense a chance to be a part of, a potential tying or winning drive here. 1 yard run, Jamal Williams. Here we go. 2nd and 9. First time out for the Giants, by the way, called in that. As expected. Let's see here. First half, 86 yards by the Giants offense. Oof. Bad. Same as it was last time, too. Last game of the second half, they kind of get everything rolling. So, Here we go. 2nd and 9. Give me another run, I guarantee you. No, they're going for a pass. And Kayvon Thibodeau with the sack. Wow. I got to say this. I'm shocked that the Saints did that, but the way they played out actually kind of helped them to a certain degree. The sack helps us too because of negative yards, but because he got sacked as opposed to incomplete pass, it also helps the Saints to a degree because it forced us to call that second timeout. There we go. Sack by Thibodeau. The first sack I've seen in a long time for the Giants. One of the best sacking teams in the entire league here, but so 3rd and 19. Giants down to 1 timeout. You're going to have to take it for a chuck at that point there. You just definitely a play they wish they had Derek Carr for. They're running it. Wow. 1 yard run. I'm shocked that they just gave it up there. And that's a disrespect to this offense, guys. If I'm the offense as a group, if I'm Drew Lock right now, I'm sitting this whole offense down going saying, they just disrespected us. So they said that concussion and evaluated for concussion and hand injury as well for Derek Carr. So they'll talk about a post game. But like I said, you see the way he was holding, he was trying to keep something still. So yeah. But he smacked his head against the ground. All right, here we go. 4th and 18 is going to be the punt here. Mark, we got, let's see here. See if we get that touchdown. Get that touchdown back in that punt return. By the way, again, look at all the empty seats in the stadium. That's sad. Smith Marset gets the ball about 18. He's going for a return there. He's going to get about to the 27-yard line, so about 9 yards in that return. Not horrible, not great. Offense is going in here, guys. And they're sure replaying it here, the punt return that was called back. Such a shame. Absolutely insane that was called back. Talk about the kick now, too. You know, it's hard to say, too, it's like a dirty play, too, because it's like, yeah, was it my kind of body slams, but at the same point, like, was he trying to control him going back down? Because he jumped up onto Kubas. I don't know. Here we go. Locke throws it off to Tracy. Going to get about 13 yards there or so. So, tick, tick, tick. This is what we talked about the second half. Remember how bad they were at clock management here. Tick, 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 tick. Here we go. So, going to be about 1 minute left here. Drew Lock's tossing it again. There we go. Oh, incomplete. It's really tight coverage. They were trying to force it into him. Still smart because Nabers is good enough to win some of those. At that point, he's also smart enough to knock it away if he has to. He had it. He had it in the basket and just dropped it. But Taylor is the one who got it. He had his hands in between the arm and the ball and just yanked it back out again. That was so close to being a catch. It's not even funny. 2nd and 10, guys. Drew Lock again. Shotgun formation out to pass. Ball batted down again. At the 5th batted pass. That's bad. Face mask, by the way, and Kubas didn't get called in that play, too. You can see that. So 3rd and 10, guys. 54 seconds left in the game. Again, Giants down by 3 points. Should be up by a touchdown if it wasn't for stupid penalties. Here we go. He got time. He's got time. Tossing it, incomplete to Wanda Robinson's looking for a flag. I want to see the replay of the coverage. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Wanda Robinson stops, toss. No, that's just good coverage. little bit of contact, but not too bad. That's just good coverage. Chase Young almost knocked it. He was going for the ball. It's fair game. 4th and 10. This is the game right here. We don't get this, it's done. We get this. Drew Lock under duress again. He's running for it. He's running for it. He goes. He's got it. He's got the first down. We're in field goal range even. 41 seconds left. We might have overtime coming, guys. Here we go. Tracy's been very good at that play about doing pass protection too, because once he saw Lock taking off, he turned around right into blocking mode. There we go. All right. 41 seconds left, guys. 1st and 10 about the 35-yard line. Drew Lock back to pass. Gonna get Nabers. Nabers breaks free of the tackles. He's running for it. Oh my gosh. This is what makes this kid special. Get about the 12-yard line. Got 28 seconds left. There's no timeouts left, guys. I'm going to spike it real quick. All right, so that'll bring 2nd and 10 there about the 12-yard line. It's a hell of a catch by Nabers. Here we go. Let's watch this. Look at that. Spins out of 2 guys. Runs for it. Got 5 guys near him. He's still running around. This kid, I'll tell you, this kid's going to be special. Get him an actual offense, an actual quarterback. He's going to be special. He's still going to be a 1,000-yard receiver with this bad quarterback play. I think people are like not giving him enough credit for how good he is with what he has around him right now. You know? Let's see his where's his stats on the year. So he comes in with 740 yards. He's going to have false start on the Giants, by the way, again. 56 yards in this game here so far. So that's, like I said, he's well on his way. Got about 800 yards there with 4 more games to go. So that puts him right around 1,000 yards. That's a good rookie season for anybody, let alone somebody with Drew Lock, Daniel Jones, those kind of guys here. 20 seconds left. Drew Lock's tossing it up. He's going for the end zone, broken up there. Took a decent shot, and I can't blame them for taking that shot at all. Wan'Dale Robinson in the end zone just didn't come up with it there. Wasn't even bad on his. It was just took a shot. He was just throwing where he could throw it. Oof. Oh, look. Yeah. That was actually broken up. I didn't even notice that in the first time there at that point. So that was, broken up there by Will Harris. 3rd and 15. Lock's going for it in the end zone. Yeah. Not in a place that Slayton can get it. So 4th and 15. 11 seconds left. Here comes the field goal team. Time to tie it up. Now let's see what happens. Get this. We're going to overtime. Miss this, and game is over. No good. No good. The kick. No good. Are you kidding me? 8 seconds left. The kick is no good. Wow. The Giants find a new way to lose. Just when you think we're out of ways to lose, we find a new way to lose, and a freaking nail biter here. Saints blocking it. Oh my God. Is that Breezy again? Here you go. It was. Just look at that. Oh my gosh. He did. It was Brian Breezy again. We talked about him pregame. He's a good player. He's a really, really good player, guys. So, like I said, young kid too, still getting better. This is only, I think, his second year in the league. Wow. That's, like I said, that's impressive. That's impressive. And guys, listen, we're gonna lose this game, but we didn't necessarily, do too bad in this game considering how we played in the past. So, take it for what it is. Take it for what it is. We're gonna go ahead and get, as Pete says, blocked. Yeah, the kick was blocked. So we lose the game. We lose, a very close game. We're not embarrassed. We keep our draft positioning 14-11. We lose by. That'll call it a wrap for us here, guys. So about 5:30, we're going to be back with Rob as well. He and I will go over our post-game coverage there, guys. So, like I said, set your alarm. We'll see you guys then, 5:30. Of course, as always, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and, of course, my LinkedIn profile there. As Braden said, who's winning? The Giants just officially lost 14-11. Last-minute blocked field goal after having a field goal undone by a penalty, having a punt return touchdown call back by a penalty. So really, Giants should have had this one, but they lose as usual. So again, we'll be back 5:30 there, guys. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button there. Let people know about us. We really are not good at marketing, point blank, so we count on you all to let us know. Again, we'll be back again about 5:30 for our post-game coverage there, giving a chance for Rob to get back from where he is watching the game so we can go back to his home studio for us to talk about the game. Again, about 5:30 there. Hope to see you all then. Like I said, tough loss today, guys, but again, we didn't get embarrassed. We get to save our draft status. And the Jaguars won. So we're officially 1 or 2, depending on what they want to do as far as the strength of schedule. Let me see real quick what Tankathon has us at. I don't know if they updated that yet. They have updated it. So right now we are down because of strength of schedule by 0.011. That's how close it is. But we're the second overall pick. So see you guys in a little bit. Like I said, 5:30 is when we're scheduled to be going on there. Assuming Rob can get back and set up in time. It might be a little bit after, but not too long after. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks for
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.